And I messed up because we are live, and I meant to had an intro playing first. I always mess up on this, but we've been live for 9 seconds. Hopefully, they didn't hear us rambling in the background. All right, here we go. Let's go.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mumia Obsidian Ali. You know who I am. I need no introduction, right? And you're listening to the Grown Man Hour with my man Bernard Riley, heard weekdays right here on YouTube. What do you think about that? How about that? Now let's get back on with the show. Thank you.
We are lined up, packed on in for what will no doubt be a tough one. This was a Hood Conservatives idea. We do this every Saturday. We do a show together, and he threw out the idea, the concept. Did Black Love die with Kevin Samuels? Now I know he got a controversial take on that, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to do this. I tried to fight it yesterday. I tried to do a regular stream and talk about regular stuff. And just do a little short 5-10 minute, memorial. Everybody on the panel, let's acknowledge Kevin Samuels, say some kind words, and then let's get back to the show. But I realize that's not possible right now. So here I am doing something I didn't want to do. I don't, I hope this don't get turned into like round two of like the Will Smith slap, where it's like for like 2 weeks, that's the only thing people talking about. But I understand that it's gonna be a thing. People are going to be talking about this situation, and people should be talking about it. But I do believe in a certain amount of we just about to get into it. But yeah, shout out to the early bird squad, those are making it in bright and early before we even get things going here. Shout out to Uneducated Lame in the building. We will be touching on that topic. That's another one that I wanted to ignore. he says, seeing the way some Black women are celebrating and mocking over the death of someone who actually cared for Black people tells you everything you need to know. Yeah. Excalibur in the building. Aaron B. Who we got? C Iron Attic in the building. E Black TV. Mr. Wrong says, "What's Black Love?" I don't know, but Glitter Girl in the building. Shout out to you. Who is that? Move a twerks in the building. Glitter girl again. Okay. All right. Shout out to everybody in the building. Do appreciate each and every one of you. We're joined by the reoccurring special guest, Hood Servative. I'm throwing it to you to to lay it out, man. Where you going with this, man? Where you going?
First off, I noticed how not once, but like almost 3 times you said this is not my idea. It's that nigga, this crazy nigga's coming up with this bull. Like, all right, I respect it though. I respect it. I'm good with the bad guy.
I don't think it's bull. It's just I don't think it's bull. It's just I'm part of me is wondering where all is going to go, and the other part of me is I was sitting there telling myself, don't do, I did a little Kevin Samuels tribute pre-record this morning, and I've been telling myself I'm not gonna, overdo it on Kevin Samuels streams. I've been telling myself that, but now it's like I'm rolling right into it. So but yeah, not to blame you. I'm here. I'm in. Okay, I'm in. I'm dialed in. Let's go.
Yeah, just let the grift wash over you, bro. It's okay.
Let the what?
The grift.
Oh no.
Grifting.
That's how it feel. That's how I feel. I'm glad you put it as bold and blunt as it is. Yeah, that's literally how I feel. It do. And I didn't want to get into that. But I do think a good serious topic can come out of that. And I did, as we talked for like 1 minute in the back on where you're going, and I saw where you was going. I don't know where it's going to end up. I'm a little worried about that, but I saw where you started, and I was like, that's actually a good conversation. So go ahead and set up what got you thinking along these lines.
Well, all right. The first side of it is what I walked into the other night when I first heard the news. And it was Black Twitter, and you said you kind of listened to a little bit of what I was doing over there. I streamed for like 4 hours, which is like a marathon for me, but I just couldn't stop. It was so good. And to be fair, there were a minority, a stalwart minority of Black women who were against just, the grave dancing that was going on the majority of Black women's side. But I found myself like right in the hornet's nest. As soon as I fired up the stream, because it's weird the way I do it, I'll have Twitter Spaces going, and I'm on my phone participating, and then I'm on my laptop streaming it for YouTube. And the girls wanted me to come up because I guess I was the one guy in the chat at the time. And so they wanted a guy to come up and just, I guess they thought they was going to dump on just some random Black dude. And it totally went left for them. And I got them to just reveal their worst expressions of how they felt about Kevin. And it was downhill from there. Even when I went to a different Twitter space and it was a little more tame, the girls kind of were like, well, no, he disrespected Black women. That's why we, talking the way we talking. It's like, damn. And the guys are saying, like, even when one of y'all, if the dude was literally saying, if Cynthia G were to pass, dudes wouldn't be dancing on her grave. We're not going to be happy. We're not going to be on their side.
We wouldn't even sign the damn petition that I think Reg put it out there. I don't know if he started it or he just was trying to popularize it.
Right.
He started a petition. I wasn't signing that junk. I'm not going to listen. If the powers to be at YouTube all of a sudden said, you know what, this is too bad, I'm going to take her or kick her off of YouTube, I wouldn't shed a tear or light a candle, but I would be very neutral, but I'm not about to sign a petition and lead the charge to get her off. You know what I mean? And we're just talking about somebody getting removed off YouTube, not somebody dying. That's a whole nother storm right there. That's a whole nother shit storm. This is going to be demonetized. I don't care. That's a whole nother shit storm right there. One thing I want to ask you, when you went up on, and just to be sure, the panel that you went up on, that was a panel with the people. I don't know if you went. Yeah, you did go on a panel. That was a panel where the people with the chick that got the avatar with a Black man hanging from a tree and a Black woman swinging on other branches.
No,
was that them?
No,
that wasn't them.
That was
another
not,
group.
That was Twitter divestors. You're talking about the YouTube divestor. You're talking about DZ.
Oh, no. Goodness.
This is a different.
Are you calling her by your nickname? Hold on. Did you just call her by her nickname?
Well, I don't want to say her real name, but I want people
Okay.
to know who we're actually talking about. But yeah, because I've listened enough. Like we're close. We're close now. I've listened
Yeah,
enough.
that's what I'm getting at. I always listen because a woman on my show, shout out to Brenda. I shouldn't even. I mean, yeah, it's public. It's out there. She was talking about OnlyFans, and she said what she said. She used to counsel some girls who. Long story short, when she was talking about OnlyFans, she said she used the term OF, and she used it, but didn't say that she was talking about OnlyFans. I'm like, whoa, what is OF? She said OnlyFans, and I'm like, wait a minute. When we talk about Instagram, we call it the gram because we're there all the time, so we've given it a nickname. Now, if you call it OnlyFans OF, I'm like, hold on, you you spent quite a bit of time on OnlyFans if you've given it a nickname. So that's why I paused when you called their channel DZ. I'm like, hold on, that ain't the name of her channel, but I'm like, okay, y'all have a connection apparently. Y'all have a connection.
Well, yeah,
Anyway.
and we spoke about this before. We're not going to give her too much clout, even though we're talking about her. And the thing is, though, I'm on a different kind of divester. I'm in a different sector of divestors, but it's the same. Divestors over here are the same as divestors over there.
Right, but hold on, wait.
I got what I expected to get.
Yeah, but this is the part I wanted to ask you. When I was listening, I stopped listening, and because you on the part where you fell back when they brought up their gay buddy, and I saw you fall.
Oh yeah, you was not gonna trap me in that one. No, that's a 3-way we're not getting involved in.
Okay, did you come back after the gay dude left, or you were just done right there?
Briefly, because like they were on the panel. I came back for a moment, but like I was trying to not come in while they were like grandstanding because I didn't want to interact too much with their gay friends. So I had to pick my targets.
Yeah. So black love. That's
the one side of it. You got black women who are really openly tap dancing on his grave, and it's not just Kevin. Because I remember, this is painful now, even. But Kobe, come on, Kobe, really? That whole Gayle thing with Kobe, and it's like a lot of black men are kind of seeing, the images of good men get tarnished. I mean, the whole thing about this red pill and kind of re-examining the black propaganda that's come out over the last decades. It's like, our fathers and grandfathers and great grandfathers have been getting tarnished and slandered for a long time now, and I really don't care for it. But now on the other side of that, you got the man who, more than anybody, more than Ayanla, more than Oprah, this man probably did more to help black women in their quest for black love, in their quest for the best possible black men they can get. He was the guy. He was the guy in your corner. And he was rough. He was like, he was like Rocky's coach a little bit, but he was going to make you a champion. He really was. He was going to make you a champion. He smelled the champion in y'all, and he was there. And he died in the arms of a Asian Latin woman. She's probably Filipino or something. Those are like the Latins of Asia.
Okay.
Bro, the real world is a rough place, and that's how it went down.
That's I don't know what to like. That part of the information, I haven't even processed that one. I told you that off the air, like that one, because a part of me does want to say, okay, that's not a big deal. Okay, two things. One, we knew he was single. He's been married twice. You show me a man that's been married twice, because he talk about marriage a lot. So he's been married. He's had his kids. He's all the conflicting reports about his age. I'm going to go with what Obsidian says, born in 69. That would have put him, just had a birthday. That would have put him 53. So we're going to go with 53, even though I've heard he's as old as 57, according to some reports. But 53 years old, been married twice, had a child, divorced. He served his time. I talk about marriage like it's a prison sentence. Like he did his duty for God and country. He served.
You're talking about black love like it's a prison sentence, though.
Yes. Okay. So he served his time, and now he's free. The later end of his life, look, I was about to say what was supposed to be a later half of his life, but black men don't live that long. Unfortunately, we can't look at a man at 50 and say the last half of his life anymore. We gotta stop even talking about it like that. So I'm like, hey, of course, he's making more money now than ever. He's single, free. So of course, even though he's talking about, marriage and black people getting back together, I fully expected him to ride this out to at least 60 something years old before he ever settled down with one chick. He about to be living that life. I fully expected that. Fully expected that. Now, so when he's talking about black men and black women getting together in normal, more traditional relationships, I'm sitting there. I have the thought did go through my head. Okay, but he still is, he's famous. He's practically rich now. He's having a bunch of casual, sexual relationships hooking up. Obviously, I mean, come on, I mean, that's just a brute fact of the reality of the situation. But it adds a layer it adds a layer to it, but at the same time it kind of doesn't, but it does add a layer to it that when the unfortunate thing happened, the person that he was there with, I mean, I don't even want to get too deep into the reports, but everybody know how he was found. He was, they I don't even want to get too he was found there with, like you said, he said a Latina chick, and so it does reek of what we always a lot of the whole black love thing, and then he got found like
Not just
that. It's
Latin,
Latin.
Asian Latin. That's a special type of Latin. That's a
Well,
special type of Asian.
I did hear him say he had a thing for Asian women before, like a serious thing for it. He liked short women and he liked Asian women.
Asian women? The black love guru?
I've heard him say he liked Asian women.
Ooh, it's dead. It's just dead, bro.
He was married to a black woman,
and that's what killed it.
He married 2 black women, and
he tried to bring it back, and it just wanted to die.
He married 2 black women, and yeah, he gave his heart to black women. That's all I'll say. The Clue Channel in the building. He says black love is what took him. It's a scam. What are you talking about? Black love is what took him. It's a scam. What do you mean? I don't know what you mean by that.
Fighting for black love. He gave his life fighting for black love, and he died in the arms of a non-black woman. It's ironic beyond, like, it's all you can do is just kind of giggle at it, like, wow.
I tend to believe that he was living that life, and he had lots of casual encounters with women of all races, and so that's so it's that part is not shocking. That
were there women of all races in his group? Were there women of all races a part of his sphere? He was doing a very particular thing. He had a very a laser focus on a particular demographic of people. Yes. Except for when he wanted to smash.
Yeah. It's almost like okay, put it like this. I'm trying to help here. I'm trying to help. Okay. I've had sex with a fat woman before. Okay. Fortunately, I didn't die while having sex with that fat woman. Because that would be a bad look. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. But the mere fact that it happened.
But look. Would he get caught like that with an overweight black woman? Would he be caught dead, literally? Because he got literally caught dead. Would he literally be caught dead with an overweight black woman? Are you going to tell me that that's good? Is that the Kevin Samuels you had in your mind? Caught dead with a fat black woman?
There's a 0% chance of that happening. There's a 0% chance of that happening.
I rest my case, bro. I know this is a very hard case to try in front of the court, but these are the cases that the court has to try.
Sir Tyson, the builder is Bernie. What's with these pregnant pauses when you're explaining things? Come on, bruh. say if as I think you mean say it as it is. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's yeah. I'm sorry. I can't. It's a there's another pregnant pause. it's a it's an unfortunate one to walk through. Part of the pregnant pause is like the irony of it. The other part of the pregnant pause is the damn. I don't even want to talk about this, and just because simple fact that is we are talking about a man's life. A man died, and and talking about messy circumstances of it. It may be a too soon type of situation. It may be a too soon type of situation that I don't feel exactly comfortable with. But so that's sort of what it is. That's sort of what it is, and I'm trying to be careful here. But yeah, but no, it is an interesting thing because I always did look at him, and I always do look at him, and in the pre-recorded video, the pre-recorded tribute video that I did for Kevin Samuels, edited by RM. She did a really good job. I did talk a lot. I did see Joshua Swear get what I'm saying. It's borderline disrespectful. Yes. So that's more or less what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling, and that's where the hesitation is. I don't want to be disrespectful, but
I understand the sentiment, and I feel the same way. And I don't really, I will not go out and try to slander the man harshly. I don't think any of this is somewhat negative towards him as a man. You listen. You have to make the best decisions especially in your personal life. When it comes to the women you allow in your circle, you're gonna have to make the best decisions for you. I'm not judging that. I think the big picture is super ironic, and I think there's a reality that has to be discussed here. Set the man aside. Imagine imagine Ayanna Van Zant dies in the arms of her white lover. Simple as that. Simple as that. Come on.
True. No argument or fight there. No argument or fight there. It's so that does look a certain way. That does look a certain way. But and I'm laughing at Judge Zilla's comment. He said Bernard Riley stammered through the Asian part like he got caught with a kilo and a midget in a gimp suit. Yeah. And somebody else mentioned in the chat room that there are a lot of people who, when the reports came in that, that he was when the reports came in, there's a lot of people who were disappointed to find out it was a woman that he was caught with. So there's that, that ends one thing. That ends one.
Right now, that's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? You wanted him to be caught on the other side of the fence. Like, no, that's the disrespectful side.
Yeah, that's there. Those are the people that's the problem. But yeah, a lot of the SYSBM guys are doing a little they they dancing in the street right now and stuff. they throwing a little
that's guys. Yeah, they quietly just nodding their head and like, yes, I see you, brother. They all just throwing up the Black Power fist for freedom right now.
Yeah. So that's definitely going on. But one thing that I do want to say, I mean, and you already touched on this. You touched on this, and this is where I'm at with it as far as the whole black love thing. And I always said the black love is more or less I always looked at it as a joke. Other people don't say white love or Mexican love, Hispanic, Latino love, Asian love. Nobody takes the time to do that. But the people who get love wrong the most, those are the ones who spend the most time, putting their race in front of the word love. It's a weird thing. So, and then you look at the whole black love industry, and and I was got to shout out Obsidian because me and Obsidian have spent a lot of time talking about this. When you sent me this idea, I was like, this probably be a good. Actually, I may hit Obsidian up for a part 2 on this if he wants to do it, because I know he probably going to tread more carefully, and
I think we got to give Obsidian some time and then let him get in on this, because this might be a little close to home for now.
Exactly. Yeah, I do believe it's probably too close or too soon for Obsidian. Sir Tice, I'm gonna start out. You said the race really matters. I'll explain the context as to why. but the whole black love industry, the whole Derek Jackson aspect of it, okay, the Steve Harvey aspect of it, you know, we know what that is. And then the females, the women who get into business and they're telling women what they want to hear, or they had a little outburst where they give up and they throw in the towel and then they back on it, and then they back talking junk about black men, and then they back giving up on women again. They're doing that whole little thing that they do. It's like it's a goddamn monkey show. Okay, it's a ridiculous thing. And Kevin Samuels was the only one who just brought a level of realism to that industry, to that conversation, because I don't even know if he wore the title of I'm pretty sure he didn't wear the title of a dating coach or some love coach or some black love expert or guru or whatever. But the fact of the matter is he didn't wear that title, but whether he liked it or not, he was the leading most expert on it, given the enormity of his success. So the mere fact that somebody who actually brought reality to that industry, the person who brought reality to that industry, is now dead and being, hated by those who he, brought reality to, that he did the most for. Like, I'm sitting there looking at this, and it's so funny. Like, my woman actually sent me some screenshots of people that she knew on her Facebook page who they're typing out things like how they're crediting Kevin Samuels for them getting married, for them finding the man, or for saving their marriage, because they realize that, damn, I've been a bitch all these years to this man that's working hard for me. It's like it's like he was the one who was really doing it, who wasn't just doing the, like we mentioned, grifting earlier. He wasn't just doing the grift game, He didn't have a book he was selling. He didn't have a course he was selling. He probably sold some consultations, no doubt about that. But he was the one who was actually doing it and giving the real and the truth out there. And so with him dying, in my eyes, I see, that Spice Adams meme where he comes like looking, looking around the tree. Like, that's what I see Derek Jackson doing right now. He's doing that Spice Adams meme. Like he coming around, he coming like, oh shit, I'm back. He's stepping out the car like Spice Adams now. It's like Kevin Samuels, for that industry, talking about black people and black relationships and all the complexities. Kevin Samuels was the only one in that whole space that kept it real. And now it's a potential chance it's just going to fall back to the Derek Jackson. All Derek Jackson and his flunkies, we're back. We got dealt back into the game. And that's
a whole army of fuckboys waiting to get on the mic.
Yes.
The whole fuckboy brigade just waiting, just rubbing their hands together, like you said. I'm telling you, that's what it is, though. I don't know who else. There is no one else to fill that space, because he kind of created a space, and it's hard to fill a space that a guy created all for himself.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Thomas Walker in the building. He says, "I just hope the toxicology report comes out clean. The haters going roast. We know he had women of all races. Kevin, fashionable, handsome, and super rich. Yeah. That's the obvious part. I mean, he was a handsome, rich celebrity, basically. Of course, he had women of all races, But excuse me.
I shared something in the back chat, because it'll be better if you play it on your end. I know my signal's crap right now.
Okay, all right, real quick.
It's a testimonial kind of thing.
All right, Sonny Bravo React says, "Good question, possibly so." Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I'll pull that up in a second. But Sir Tice want me to explain why the race matters. And you kind of touched on that well earlier in the show, but it's really simple. It's really simple. If you're somebody, he advocated for. I mean, he wasn't just some staunch down pro-black, must be black or nothing else. He did say he did do a stream about opening it up for competition because competition produces a better product. If McDonald's is the only place on earth that sells burgers, eventually they're going to start selling shitty burgers because they're the only place you can go for a burger. Put another competing burger joint across the street. Now they got to up their game on their burger sales, on their burger selling. So he did make that simple point. He did make that simple point. So he wasn't that person who said staunch down, you must be with a black person or whatever. You know, he wasn't that guy. He wasn't that guy. But like I just explained, he was the biggest, best, most honest advocate for black people, black relationships. It's no other way around that. There are other people who advocated for it harder, stronger, longer, and had books and the whole works. But when it comes to being honest and being effective, he was the biggest name on earth in that industry. So when you're staunch down in that industry, and then the unfortunate happens that I'm pregnant pausing because I don't want to talk too much about it. But when the unfortunate happens, and you're found dead in a seemingly sexual situation with somebody of another race, it does to some degree it does speak to the faultiness of the product that he was trying to cultivate. The product that he was trying to improve wasn't possibly not improved enough for him personally. That's that. So that right there is a black love. We gotta,
yeah. The Honda dealer drives a Tesla.
Black love has a way to go. Is that product is not quite fine tuned enough. That's where the race that's where the race matters. It's not a negative. I'm not even looking at it as a huge negative. Come on. This is y'all know who you're listening to here. This is a man's show. We men, we brothers, we black men. Like what? So I'm not looking at that as a negative on him. I think we know who that might be a bigger negative on.
I'm saying it without saying it. I'm trying to be kind and delicate here. You know what I mean? I'm trying to operate the scalpel.
Hold on. Let's be kind and delicate to Kevin Samuels. You can go ahead and we could use a scalpel on Kevin Samuels. You can just pull out a bazooka on black women on this one. But so if you must,
Bernard, you saw the picture. I emailed you the that news article. You saw the picture. There are more pictures of her in the world. There are more pictures of this young lady out there in the world. And I'm just saying, the black version of her, he would not go for. According to his own proclamations and his posturing, he would not go for the black version of her.
Okay, now you're pulling out the bazooka on Kevin. All right, no, we need to.
You asked for the bazooka.
No, I said pull out the bazooka
no, it's not about. It's not Kevin. It's the black women. The black version of her is not acceptable, and this is what I'm trying to highlight. Well, what does that say about the product that you're telling me?
But if it's the
same
black
product,
hold on. See my pushback on that. If the black version of her, if you say the black version of her, you're talking about two things that are
strictly physical, not her resume or her personality. I'm talking about on strictly the looks appeal.
All right, I'm tripping here because this is how much I don't really be into the mess.
Because I'm like, nah, she's kind of she's not on the fit side. She's attractive, she's curvaceous and all that, but she's not like a fit curvaceous. She's a thick. She's bubbly. She's real bubbly.
All right, I can't even find your email, but anyway, that doesn't matter.
It's in the chain probably. It's like a whole sequence. It's in there somewhere.
Oh, okay. Which email do you send? I mean, we're not about to be pulling up pictures.
Yesterday when I sent you the
which email?
It was in like that series. It was in that series of emails. I'll try to pull it up myself then.
Well, no, I'm just you normally email me at the Bernard Riley 99 email, my old email.
Yeah.
Is that okay? So all right, but all right, we was headed down the path. But to answer your question, Sir Tice, that is the degree in which it matters. But all right, and forgive me because I'm looking at. Okay, I had to just look at that on my own time because I don't know. But all right. So where we at here? You had put something from Twitter in the background. Well, shout out to Pernue in the building. He says, no irony here. He was very transparent regarding attraction to, yeah, that's what I said, attraction to Asian women. He married black women. He also advocated for black men to exercise options. Well said. Well said. Rashid Griffin in the building. He says 50 Cent once said, "Ghost being in love with Angela made it better for TV. So KS going out like this made him more of a legend because he said it's not the white woman, it's the Latin and Asian women." Yeah, he did say that. He did say that. See Anthony Hall in the building with a $5 super chat. He says, in Bernard, when Jackson comes back, black men will not pursue black women again. In my Chris Jericho voice, rest well in power. KS. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Thomas Walker in the building. He says, Kevin isn't Umar. Exactly. We touched on that. Kevin isn't Umar. He wasn't telling people to date black women only. He was telling black women why they are losing. And see that it's the joke is writing itself. You see that's he was
I told you it does.
Yeah, he's telling them why they are losing, and you see, see what he. Yeah. Anyway, they are now rejoicing in defeat. Okay. All right. Shout out to J Speed down there. Okay, I'm tripping. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me. Okay, here it is. It's in the private chat. I forgot. Set up for me. What am I pulling up now on Twitter? What is this?
This is a short video of several female callers giving testimonials to just what he's done for them in their personal lives and his effort to heal Black love.
Yeah. And I'm not. I think I may have saw this. or at least some of it, but I'm not shocked by that at all. Like, that's one thing that he did not get nowhere near enough credit for. It wasn't necessarily how many people got married, because I strongly, just for the record, I strongly disagreed with him on the idea, the notion of people getting married at a relatively short period of time. That you should be ready to propose at 6 months. I've always said that, if it takes, the whole high value concept, if it takes, 5 years of making X number of dollars to solidify you as high value, it's going to take probably the same amount of years of good behavior from a woman to solidify her as, that's the woman that she is. That's what you can count on from her. So that, proposing at 6 months, I always disagree with him on that. However, the part that a lot of people underestimate is how many women listened to the things that he was saying, and they came back, they reported. Now, whether or not they were still hell on wheels in that house, who knows? But they was reporting back like, hey, I was on the brink of divorce. And they basically said the things that you said made me realize the value of my husband. It made me realize where I actually would rank if I got back out here. It made me realize ain't nothing else out here for me, but maybe some, casual, dick, maybe, that's always gonna be available. Somebody gonna smash. But it made him realize that, hold on, like I'm sitting right here staring down 40 with kids, and what the hell am I acting up? And I got a man that's going to work for me every day. What it's like so many of them call in saying that and reporting that. Like, then that, to me, that can't be understated. And just getting them to understand the value of that. And I used to see that all the time. Just go read his comment section, watch the live chat, or catch calls like this where people actually call in and say it. And he never got enough credit for that.
A lot of us women agree with you, and we're meeting a person, a man that's a leader like you, you know, and my husband, for instance. I just appreciate everything that you do. And
okay, now I was being petty until she said, "And my husband." I was like, "Girl, you trying to low key throw some pussy at him? You, meeting a man that's a leader like you." Like, I thought she was low key. Okay, let me rewind. Okay, scratch that.
You know,
Scratch that.
Girls will be girls, man. You got to give her the little bit of credit she earns.
They will call in thanking a man for saving their marriage, but low key throwing the pussy out. But all right,
that's like, yo, hold on. This is such a segue. But did you hear about Drake sliding into this lady's DMs just to troll her husband, and it's about to break their marriage up? Oh my god,
man! If I could get my life organized, I wanted to do some content on that. I ain't been able to squeeze it into my life, but listen, one of these days when I get time and perseverance, I don't know what the word is, little stuff like I swear I want to be like O'Shea and just every little thing, just step to the mic, sound off for 8 minutes. Because I wanted to clown on that one. I really wanted to clown on that Drake situation, but I just haven't been able to find the time to really do content on it. I was like, I'm just gonna wait to a live show and talk about it. But I should have just put it out. I mean, hell, it's still out there. I still may do a little pre-recorded something on that. But yeah, man, that was wild. That was wild. He slid in that woman DM when her husband was trolling him. Like, that's how you make somebody shut up. That whole "I'm Tyrone, I'm here to your wife." Like Drake could really do
bro. Light skinned Tyrone, no.
No. Drake could really do that. Drake could really tell you, "Shut up before I fuck your wife." She could be sitting right next to you. She'd probably be just quiet with no objection. Like, "Hey, you keep talking, nigga." All right, anyway, let's get back to
look. Just go ahead and file them papers, bro.
Oh man. Okay, let's get back to tape.
I just have to tell you that because you really have helped me in a lot of ways. You know, women who've never had a father figure, and you come up and you stand up and you take root and say, no, this has to change. There's people that really appreciate that. And I just wanted to tell you how much I appreciate you and everything that you do.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Kevin.
Bye-bye. Have a good night.
Bye. You too.
I have lost 40 pounds listening to you. I have got therapy. I moved to a new city. I wear dresses on Fridays and the weekends. I have a dress on now. I don't do the wigs anymore. I don't do the nails anymore. I don't do the lashes anymore. Just you really you hit the bullseye, and I so much want to thank you for that. And I've watched you grow. I've watched your YouTube channel grow. I admire what you're doing, and I just want to encourage you to keep going because you have made a difference in my life. Now I'm excited about what my love life's going to be like next, but I think I'm moving in the right direction.
There you go. I appreciate it. Keep doing you. Bye.
Thank you.
Now this is why I sent you
my
this
best
clip.
friend knows this is really uncomfortable for me. I usually
he really fucking loves y'all.
Praise and accolade.
Talking about black women, he really fucking loved y'all, and he no, this is what I'm saying. He really fucking loved y'all, despite all that was said about him. Oh, he's mean and he's harsh. He loved y'all so much, and the minute he died, y'all just hiked up your skirts and pissed on his grave. # Black Love.
That does hit different. And I got my setup changed. I need to. Okay, now I'm back squinting my eyes because now I'm back in a different setup. But I can't even say what that says. Maple waffle. I don't know. But he says drink, energy drink too much. Watching him drink those Red Bulls, it is hitting different now. I didn't think nothing of it, but now it's like when I saw him take a sip of the Red Bull and we was just watching it right now, I was like, you know, those Red Bull. This is just a pause, a little health reminder for people.
Yeah.
We're going to be having more discussions about health around here. We have to, with Black men. We have to. Yesterday, I had one of the best healthy eating days of my life. Like seriously, no bullshit. I'm not even joking. I literally only I ate a salad. Now it was one of those taco salads with the shell, with the fried, crust shell around it. But I just picked over that part of it. I just ate just the
progress. Those progress, right?
Yeah. I ate some of that fried part, but that's neither here nor there. I didn't eat all of it. I probably ate 25% of it. Just add a little crunch to the salad, but overall, yeah, it was just chicken, lettuce, tomatoes, yeah. So I had a salad, drunk only water. No, I did have some coffee. I'm gonna have some coffee in the morning, and then drink only water. So we got to get the health together. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. And yeah, those Red Bulls, yes, they do accelerate your heart rate. Now, we don't need to go all crazy with it saying, oh, it was the Red Bulls that did it, but they do increase your heart rate. And I noticed myself when I turned 40, holy shit, next month I turned 40. I noticed there's some things that I eat or drink that I can feel I can, you're not supposed to feel your heart beating. So I'm all in. I'm all in. I'm making lifestyle changes big time today. And we all need to get healthy. And when watching him drink that energy drink, just shoot, I'm sick. Coming off some sickness. But watching him drink that energy drink. I don't know if you've seen those memes, those from the movie Interstellar, where it's like the future version of yourself seeing your past self. Never mind. If you know the memes, you know the meme. Where it was where it's like, no. It's like, that's what I was just thinking when I was watching him reach for that Red Bull. I was like, no. But yeah, it's like, pay attention to your health, brothers. Pay attention to your health, just within this small sphere, this little corner of the internet. David Carroll, who he wasn't 60 yet. I think he was over 50. Kevin Samuels, conflicting reports on his age. I'm going with what Obsidian reported, 53. So we got to pay attention to that. Yeah. But anyway, getting back into it. Was there anything else that was said in this video here?
Well, you kind of went down a whole different shifted the energy.
Because somebody, when he said that about the Red Bulls, so I just took a segue. Now we can get back into what we're talking about.
We left on this note because these women gave their testimonials, and I just wanted to highlight this. He really did love Black women, like as a group. His cause was Black women. His mission was Black love, and this just sort of highlights it.
Yeah. Jacob called into the show, said she lost 40 pounds. She was rocking her natural hair. She, yeah. It was, real quick. Spartacus Jackson in the building. He's, excuse me. He says, applies to Kevin Samuels' classic podcast, Modern Women Are Cheaters. KS stated that women get off social media from October 2020. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Thank you to everybody else who's been supporting the stream. I've been trying to click on the super chats. Prophet of Thought in the building says, peace, brother Bernard. Shout out to Hood Conservative. Ace of Spades in the building. He says, KS also advocated, let's see. He also advocated cheating, exercising options should be talked about first. If you're high value, talking about Black love and Kevin Samuels in the same breath equals iffy. I disagree. The traditional concept of Black love, how other people talked about it, yes, that part is iffy, putting him in there. If you only accept that the manifestation of Black love is the simpish manifestation of it, but if you're talking about Black love from the standpoint of just Black people being together on the man's terms, That's what Kevin Samuels advocated for. Even though you go sign a marriage contract, it might not be on on your terms, but either way it go, he's talked about women bending to what the man wants, and a lot of people don't interpret that or look at that as. Go ahead.
Think of it from an advertisement perspective. He sold you black love without ever writing black love on the label. This is gourmet black love. This isn't the black love you buy at Kmart.
Well said. Well said. Captain Cisco in the building says, Bernard Riley, you must take on KS mantle. I appreciate the vote of confidence. That's all I'll say on that one. I appreciate that. But I said it before. Kevin Samuels was such a unique thing. The only thing that somebody could do is just take, whatever small or maybe even big aspects of it and then try to kind of spin it and make it your own. You can't, nobody could, me and Obsidian's had this conversation. Like, Obsidian would always ask the question, why aren't more people just doing what Kevin Samuels is doing? It's like, no, nobody could really do that. It's like, somebody could do it, but they won't be. It's not the same. It's not the same. He has his own unique brand and style. You only can just take small aspects of it. That's he built the brand off his personality, off who and what he is. If you try to just emulate that exactly, then you're being something that you're not. Now, if you're a damn good actor and you could pull that off, then God damn it, go tap dance. But no, I can't come up here and just be an actor and play a role. I could be.
Well, on that note, if you let this clip play, you hit it right there, because this is authentic, and this is why I kind of drove the nail home the way I did. He really fucking loved y'all. Let's let it play.
All right.
Blades. But I don't know how you can sit back and hear some of the joy in these women's voices and say that there's something going wrong over here. I just, whoo. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
That's it right there. Like, come on. He loved you like he was your brother, your uncle, or something like that. He wanted the best for y'all. And it touched him that much when he actually got it right a couple of times.
Yeah. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. Kenneth Williams in the building with the $5 super chat. I do appreciate that. Appreciate everybody who's supporting the stream. Make sure y'all hit the like button. I actually got a new Patreon that came through. I will be shouting you out in a little bit when I go and pull that up. But yeah, okay. The overall hate that's taking place, that's going on right now regarding Kevin Samuels. The overall hate, we know the crazy, growing, ridiculous, I don't even like the divestment community. Okay. We know who and what they are. All right. So obviously that hate is coming, and you're familiar with those communities on YouTube. You're familiar with those communities on Clubhouse and Twitter. I thought it was overlapped, that it was the same people, but it's crazy that it's just different groups sprouting up. That's crazy. You expect it out of them. Okay. You expect it out of them. And that it's honestly the formerly known as, I don't even want to say it because I ain't trying to get, I don't like to get down in the mud with those folks, but it was a B1 sector that I think, if from the outside looking in, it looked like it merged with the divestment community, which is weird that a black first sector merged with a divestment community. Like, remember we used to say B1 met black, BW1 black woman first? There's no greater evidence than that now, that those two things could just seamlessly merge and nobody even noticed. But anyway, so
I think the word for that is synergy. Really, synergy, exactly that.
It's crazy that happened, but it's okay. You expect that from over there. You expect that from over there. Other than that, like, what are you are you seeing it just more ubiquitous, just all throughout social media? Black women either rejoicing or coming off as somewhat happy that this happened. Outside of the ones that just basically wear it on their sleeves, and that's what we're about. We gonna dance on a black man's grave. Is it? Do you see it as just ubiquitous all throughout social media, or just in those pockets?
Well, I'm only like on YouTube and Twitter. I don't even social media in my real personal life. I do it for this whole thing, but from what I've seen, there's a significant percentage. I can't even say if it's a majority or minority, but there is a significant percentage who are ambivalent at the least and outright happy on the furthest end. Yeah. And it's a troubling prospect, and because this is not a new thing. It didn't just sprout up with Kevin Samuels. It's kind of at a crescendo right now. But it's kind of a troubling thing on the horizon if you are like watching this thing called Black Love. What does this mean for the whole thing of Black Love? Like, and then on the one hand, I was kind of thinking about this while the clips, while we were playing that clip, but when he died, the way that he passed, like with a non-Black woman, did he kind of like set up sort of an example? Like, this is the stake. The men that you want the most will die without you. This is what is at stake on a certain level. As Kevin Samuels being the guy he was in the position he was, right? He sort of represented this. Look how we were just talking about that one lady kind of low-key throwing a pussy at him, but bigging up her husband at the same time. Like, he kind of represented in a lot of ways the man that women wanted. He sort of created the high value man concept. And being that guy, dying without you, that's what is at stake, I see.
Well, the narrative that some are putting out there is that he died alone, which is okay. That wasn't true.
Listen, either or, he is willing to live and die without you.
Okay, a part of me, I do believe this, that in the event that he would have ever got married again, I do think it would have been with a Black woman. I've heard somebody say that I'll give my heart. I'm only going to give my heart to a Black woman, but my dick is a free agent. Okay, I've heard somebody say that.
People like to say that. That's one of those bravado type things. Like, dudes say that before they go off to war or something like that. You know how dudes talk, but your heart follows your dick. That's kind of the way men are wired too.
Yeah. I mean, that's an interesting one. That's an interesting one. Shout out Trade MPD said Bernard. I hope we'll make a dress. Yeah, clowning. My dick is a free agent. Yeah. But, yeah. Oh man. What do you think? This is a question. This is one that I did want to, like. What do you think happens now? His he has what, 1.4 million subs, thousands of people who watch his stuff. It's in a place now where, what do those people do? Where do those people go? That's where they went for their go-to relationship information, advice, commentary. That was their go-to. So, if we calling it Black Love under a different label, we calling what he did Black Love under a different label, or Black Love without the label, okay, if that's what we're calling it, and that was the go-to place that people went for it, what happens? Where do they go now? I alluded to Derek Jackson creeping up out the bushes, like, but what do you think happens to that audience? Where do they go?
Bro, dude, this is the problem. Kev stood in the gap. He stood in the gap. And without a guy standing in the gap, it's going to be civil war. Who can really like bring the parties together as well as he was doing? Because the problem with the majority of like, all right, so a Derek Jackson type, men don't really care for him, especially guys that other guys look up to, guys that other guys respect. You're not going to find a bunch of guys like that on the Derek Jackson side of the game. It's going to be, it's too easy to get called a simp if you follow the Jackson path.
Yeah.
Where on the right, what you got, it's weird to say left and right, but it really is like left and right as far as politics, that you can kind of map it in a similar way. But on the right, you kind of got, the Manosphere crowd. And oh God, everyone's a lot further to the right than Samuels is, let's put it that way. Samuel, he stood in the gap. There are a lot of guys way further to the right, way less diplomatic. He doesn't even like to use profanity. I don't know that he ever really swore on his stream.
Oh no,
so
he did.
Okay,
but,
so
but
I could be wrong.
He kept it clean. He kept it YouTube clean. But then sometimes he'll just go off, and it is what it is. But overall, yeah.
Because I know I've heard him say like "what the freakers." He kind of tries to not swear.
He with the French toast and all that type of stuff.
Right.
So yeah, he did all that. That was smart and tactical. As far as growing, and I mean, hell, we do YouTube. We know how it works. You get that green dollar sign saying that your show was clean.
Don't you love when you get that clear? Oh yes, I'm good. I can leave this video alone now.
Yeah. It's easy. It's easier to get them on pre-records. Just a little, pro tip. But live streaming, that they get that shit yellow right out the gate. They like you haven't even fired up the stream yet. They like, nigga, we know you gonna be cussing.
Yeah, I get that. I do get that. But no, he stood in the gap. So without a guy like that who was an honest broker. And there are a ton of criticisms that people have, kind of legit criticisms, and I don't really care to get into that right now. But for what it's worth, he was a relatively honest broker in between both parties. And I think without having someone in that kind of unique role, what else is left but acrimony? Look at how you treated the last honest man who still loves y'all. Look how he gets remembered. Look how the media talked about him. Oh, YouTube, black woman YouTube hater. They just slander him as soon as he's still warm. The body's warm and they're slandering him. He's a woman hater, YouTube misogynist, yada yada yada.
Even Revolt TV was throwing some lightweight shade. They said they titled him as self-proclaimed relationship expert and guru. Or I'm like, he never called himself that. Like self-proclaimed love guru. Or so I'm like, why did they say that? It's like they put quotation marks on it like he said it. And I'm like, he never said that shit. So it's like everybody, even publications that you would think would, just be like, hey, essentially a celebrity died. Let's just report what he is. But they even threw shade. They did say self-proclaimed image consultant later, but I was like, okay, that's accurate. They would have said self-proclaimed image consultant. If they would have said self-proclaimed image consultant and YouTuber Kevin Samuels, I'd be like, okay. But everybody, when you just read what a lot of people are saying, and I'm not even talking about the messiness of YouTube. I'm talking about major publications. It's like shade being thrown on there. So yeah, it's shade all over the place. It's shade all over the place. I really do want to know where did hell this come from that he was 57 or 56. I don't know what the hell that is all about. That's out of nowhere. Shout out to Christian Hutchinson. I got the email you sent me. A lot of people be sending me emails with content. I greatly appreciate that. I like to be overwhelmed with more content than what I got time to get to. I do prefer it that way. That way I know I always got something to do a show on. So yeah, y'all keep sending me those emails. I do appreciate it. But yeah, man, it's wild. It's wild the way that a lot of people are looking at it and covering it and talking about it. You know, I was hesitant to walk into it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. We're gonna do some shows on it, but I always found it fascinating that a black man who more or less came out of the black manosphere used black manosphere talking points, and somehow I did a stream a while ago, I did a stream a while ago talking about Kevin Samuels, how he infiltrated Vagina Vision Media. You know, one could say he walked through the front door, but I'd say he infiltrated the hell out of that shit. It just took a manosphere. Even if somebody want to say, you know, okay, he watered it down a little bit, it was manosphere-ish. He took a red pill-ish message to Vagina Vision Media and ultimately the mainstream. And like that part right there is amazing in it of itself. And we gotta, I don't want to say we just gotta sit back and watch, because some that industry, which I'm not directly trying to get in that industry. I give social commentary on, relationships and all the whole interpersonal shit. Sorry, I got something in my eye. Whole social dynamics between black men and black women, and interpersonal relationships between black men and black women. I give social commentary on that. I'm not the the relationship, I'm not the relationship guy like that, but I do give analysis of it. So I overall, like, in that sense, I'm not trying to be that guy, but a lot of his audience, they do spill over into my show. As like, I got a lot of subscribers that say, hey, I found out about you, through Kevin Samuels. Like, they started watching his show, and then they ended up coming to my stuff. And my analytics tell me that. My analytics tell me that a lot of Kevin Samuels people trickle down to my show. Just because they show you, they kind of tell you in the analytics, who the people that watch you are watching. And so it's like, it is a thing, like, not just what happens to that audience, but what happens to that whole industry, because I won't even say he threw a monkey wrench in that shit, because, throwing a monkey wrench in it, that's like you did something small that had a big effect. No, he was big. He wasn't a damn monkey wrench. He was a goddamn bomb on that industry. He made all the little simp pandering dudes have to go crawl into hiding. Like, it's like he just stumped the yard on their ass. He just took he ran the yard. Like, it's like, so now it's,
well,
it's
I think
just
he
go ahead.
If you look at like the industry that you're talking about, they offer a certain vision of black love. And I think for a lot of men, and frankly for the women that that are selling it, even, that vision of black love is, one, unattainable, two, unworkable, and just it's just not working for most people. It's seductive, it's attractive, but it's really not possible. It's like a mirage in the desert. Whereas, like, with Kevin Samuels, again, gourmet black love. It's like, it's love with those two little dots over the O. It's not just normal love. It's a certain kind of thing, because he's targeting like the high value crowd, but it's still a more attainable, more practical, more workable vision. And by offering an actual legitimate competing product, you're a threat. You are the enemy, and you must be destroyed. This is business. Business is war.
But when you say it's gourmet, okay, it was gourmet in the sense that, okay, it was you know the upscale high value aspect of it. That was one thing, but like my voice feel like it sounds funny because I got some nose in the never mind. I don't even know about my condition right now. Getting over a little sickness, had the sniffles. Told a funny story how when I was on the phone with JB, when he called me and told me about it, I just so happened to have a bad runny nose. So while we were talking about it, and I'm like, damn, for real? Like, it's not a lie? Damn, that's messed up. And so I'm sitting there like, I'm sitting there sniffling and sneezing because I'm sick. And I'm like, had to push pause. Like, hold on, bro. I just want you to know, I've been sick and had a runny nose for 2 days. I'm not on the phone crying with you right now, bro. I mean, this is a sad moment, but
I just know there's some people who are, though, like not his personal friends. I mean, like YouTube people who are just like sad. There's people doing a candlelit vigil somewhere right now.
Well, no, I'm legit sad. Just, it hurts in that, because just the overall gravity and just weight of when it comes to men speaking up, speaking our mind, talking, about controversial issues in our own words through our own media, yeah, we're going to feel the weight of his absence. There's no other way around that. So that will be felt, that will be missed, and that will hurt. Now, I didn't know him personally. I didn't know him personally. I knew him from, when he used to come on my show and, just YouTube. Like, I knew him YouTube style, but, we never had conversations, off the air like that. I wasn't, me and him wasn't cool. A lot of people, assumed because, me and Obsidian cool and Obsidian and Kevin cool. So they just assumed me and Kevin talked like that, but no, we didn't. So, I was never, so I don't know. I don't feel it personally. But the way I explained it to somebody, I feel it damn near like, like when Kobe Bryant died. I almost feel it the same way. It's kind of a weird thing to explain, like, because I know I liked Kobe. I rocked with Kobe. He meant a lot, because that was a basketball player that I grew up, I won't say grew up on, but I was 14 when he came to the NBA. That's about the last age you could be where you start, I became a fan then. So, I followed his career.
Whoa. I think
And
it's fair to say
him being gone is like, damn, that's shit. So that's how I felt about Kevin. It's like, hey, I followed his career. I have talked to him. He used to be on my show. We talked, it was cool, and then damn, he blew up, and I'm following his career, rooting for him and everything, and then damn, he's gone. Like shit. So it's like I feel it like I don't know. I feel it like that. I didn't feel it like at a personal level where I'm going to cry, but it was just like a. I don't know. That's how it felt for me. I brought all that up just to make the point that it was just funny as hell when I was talking to Jonathan Barronville about it for the first time when I found out I had a runny nose and was sneezing and yeah, I was
really did all that to say I didn't cry.
yeah. I was blowing my nose and sniffling and stuff, and I had to explain it to him. And it was like, it was. If you was right there at that moment, you'll see it was funny as hell. It was funny as hell because he thought I was crying, but I was like, "Bruh, I promise, I'm not crying, man. Just go ahead and tell me go ahead and finish your story, nigga. Oh, I'm not crying. Just go ahead." It was funny.
Now it's weird. Like in guy code, like you're only allowed to cry under certain circumstances, and death of a personal like family member or close friend is one. So dudes are now kind of weighing, is it okay for me to cry over Kevin? Like, I liked him, I loved him, but damn, can I cry about him openly?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the rules on that. I don't know the rules on that. I've never cried over a loss that wasn't personal. That wasn't like really personal. Like some people will cry when they're celebrity. They're like I know a chick that when Whitney Houston died, she was like sick for like 2 weeks. Like she was that much of a fan. So some people,
man, listen, I know one of y'all niggas cried when Kobe died. Like Kobe crashed in a helicopter. I know that hits you right. A lot of y'all shed a tear. It might have been one lonely teardrop, like Crybaby, but it was still, you cried.
I will say this: it did get me when I forgot about this. I was cool, and I was just blown, couldn't in disbelief. It did get me when Shaq was on Inside the NBA talking about it. Hearing Shaq talk about it, that seeing this big ass crying, that got me. I ain't gonna lie. I forgot about that. That did something to me. Like I said, I was a big fan. I was a big fan of Kobe and Shaq Lakers. So that did yeah. Seeing Shaq big ass. Just the story he was telling and the way he described it. And he put it in perspective because he was talking about, the how they were supposed to, he was talking about being, Kobe's Hall of Fame and how it wouldn't, he painted a picture of how he thought they would get old together. And I was like, oh, it was poetic. It was poetic. But anyway, yeah. I'm with
I don't even know how we got down this whole emotional rabbit hole.
Yeah. We here, but we about to climb out of this rabbit hole. But you were saying something. I think I messed up the show talking about this.
I don't even remember no more. So you're thinking about who cried over Kobe.
The viewers dropped off. They're like, I don't want to hear these niggas talk about crying and shit. A few people left. Like these niggas.
Oh no, this is what I was actually about to say though. It is legit because you brought up Kobe at first in the whole context. It is legit to say that he has become like an idolized figure. He's an idol in a certain ways, if for no other reason than being the guy who was, famous for telling a lot of black women, that one black woman in particular, you're average at best. That gave him, general status in a lot of guys' minds anyway, just on that alone.
Yeah. Shout out to Kadesh Shaya. Said he cried for Chadwick Boseman. Nah, I didn't. Yeah, somebody in this space. I probably know who. If I say who, y'all gonna look at it like I'm taking a shot. But it was a prominent person in this space who did shed a tear or two during his stream when he talked about Chadwick Boseman. So yeah, it's a thing. Some people do feel certain celebrity death. I've never felt one like that. That's why, all right, we getting off the emotional shit. All right, back at it. But all right, we're an hour and 15 minutes in. I don't know if anybody else got anything they want to say on this particular issue. I will open it up, but you got any other remarks, anything else that we didn't get to on the concept of question, which is a complicated question, no doubt. Did Black Love die with Kevin Samuels? You got anything else on that?
No, I just want to sort of sum it all up. So, probably the biggest man to actually, put work in for the cause of Black love. He dies in the arms of a non-Black, Asian Latin woman, and they're pissing on his grave. So, where does that leave us now in the state of the Black love? I mean, people say there's no gender war, so let's not. Who knows how this is going to affect the gender war? But where do we go from here?
You did make a good point. The link in the chat, yeah. You did make a good point how he was the one in the middle holding it together, keeping the peace, even though one would say that he wasn't doing that. But the mere fact that he was the only platform, the only platform that I could think of that just from a pure optics standpoint, I don't know his analytics, just outside looking in, it definitely appeared that his audience was 50-50. Obviously the people he led up to come on the show was women, but if you just look at his chat room, you see an even number of men and women. You see an even number. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't even like, it wasn't like, oh, there's a guy. Sometimes you will see all men, so it was a majority male. I won't say majority. I'll say from the outside looking in, definitely 50-50, just in optics wise. That doesn't exist nowhere
in Black YouTube. I don't even know outside of Black YouTube, but I know from what I see in Black YouTube, it's kind of an either or thing. This is a male space, or it's a female space, or it's like it's entertainment. It's something totally not male or female.
Yeah, no doubt. It's but we are joined by Judge Zilla the Beast. I know you're mourning the death of Black love itself, right?
Well, let me state initially, Resident Hater was not a Kevin Samuels fan.
You weren't?
Made no bones about it and made no concessions. For particular reasons, I'm not going to dance on the man. I'm not going to spit on.
Wait, hold on. Was it personal and based off something that happened on a panel?
No, it's persona and the whole fake it to make it. And again, who he was after World Star, who he was before World Star, falsified bona fides, things like that. You know what I mean? In my estimation. But I didn't think that he was the best. He was the best spokesperson, but I didn't get to choose that. Everybody else got to choose it.
Spokesperson for what?
For the Manosphere or the Manosphere talking points. So
Okay.
that was my position. I wasn't, and I kind of, okay, this was my perspective on him. I believe that his platform was wanting women to win and directing those undeserving women that would call in with those expectations to get those top 10% men, and directing those wretched women to the 50 and 60, to the plumbers, to the electricians, to the mechanics. Like, I don't think the plumbers, mechanics, or electricians deserve to have those women in their life either.
No, plumbers, electricians, and mechanics are like either they're knocking at the door of what he would call high value.
Well, what I'm saying is the quality of those women. Yeah.
No, trust me. I watched this show enough. He wasn't sending those women to the people that he considered blue Henrys. Those are the skilled trade, high earning blue collar men who got a chance at being high value. No. You know,
not even those.
He was sending those women at the $40K a year guy.
Right.
Just he was sending them to the average at best guy. He was like, "You're average at best. What's wrong with an average guy? You need to get with the average guy." That's what I saw, and that's
to have those as those
really what he was saying is go back to your baby daddy. He was saying that as well. Go back to your husband. Go back to your baby daddy.
That's the way I interpreted it. Maybe others interpreted otherwise, but that's why And so, but again, my thing is, again, not a fan of this guy.
All right.
But my for the response that's out there, what was his crime? He had a call-in show. He wasn't chasing black women down and telling them about themselves. He had a call-in show in which these people wanted his opinion on themselves, how they behaved, and what they're and what he thought that they would be able to realistically pursue in the dating and mating world.
Mm-hmm.
Call in, voluntary. Yeah. Women came to him for this. He didn't chase them down. They came to him for this. So him giving his honest opinion, which was usually couched in my term, again, the softest version of retribution. Like, you didn't see when a woman would come up there and say she was an 8 and she's obviously a 3. He'd give a look, you know what I mean? When she would say that she's a 4, when she says she's a size 4 and she's obviously a size 12, there'd be an eyebrow raise. But he'd be like, "Bitch, you ain't the size no." He wouldn't do that.
I get the feeling you didn't watch his show that much. Like what you
I didn't. But it's from the clips that I see.
What you just described was exactly. No,
I didn't see. I seen average at. I've seen something like the average at best, and again, I think it's soft pedaling it. But
no, like he didn't become that controversial by soft shoeing it if a woman is a 3 and she say that she's an 8. Like, nah, he let them have it. Let them have it. Yeah,
I'll acquiesce to that because again, I wasn't a connoisseur of his content.
Yeah.
But nonetheless,
I will say this: if you caught him on a good mood, I do know what you're talking about. There were some times when he must have been in a good mood or just didn't feel like it. He'd let out a sigh and be like, "Okay, continue." Just go to the next question. I did see him do that sometimes when but overall,
I'm an 8 looking like a full-on burnt Muppet up there.
Yeah, for the most part, I would say,
and I don't mean dark Muppet. I'm just mean,
better than 80% of the time. She got that work if she came in there. If she was a size 14, 4 in the face who said she was an 8, she got that work. more times than not.
But this is what I can say. My positive for him. Okay. The positive for him, and I can give 3 things that Ben can take from this. Okay. My positive for him is about 3 years ago, I was on another platform. This is well before you had a channel. And he was up there. I was up there on a panel with him, and he was explaining, how seriously he was taking his YouTube channel and what he was doing to pursue it, going to conventions, things of that nature. And he's an example of, in my mind, of preparation, right? A chance favors the prepared. He was prepared. He went viral with this thing, and he was able to take it, ride with it, and come out much better on the other end. And for longer than 15 minutes than most people, I think, would respond in that same situation.
Very true.
So in that I can't take that away from him. I'll never take that away from him. The 3 points that I think that, that's one of the main points. If you do your thing, whatever it is, whether it's YouTube, whether it's a product, whether it's a service, you put the time in, right? It can only take that to get that traction, to give you that foothold, to get in there and bust down the door. But you gotta be prepared a little bit ahead of time. You gotta be prepared.
Yeah, no, you made a really good point, and I'm gonna botch the quote, but somebody said, y'all probably can help me out in the chat room if anything. It's about shit. What was it? It's a quote that basically says something along the lines of being prepared when that opportunity comes, or being ready or prepared. Something when luck happens, like let's just say going randomly viral on World Star, that's luck. Now some people could go randomly viral on World Star, yeah, that's luck, and then people could go back to their channel and they see a bunch of bullshit. People went back to his channel, and what did they see? They saw an excellent, well-produced program, very professional. So
can't take that away from him.
Yeah, that makes a difference. So even before he blew up big, he was running his channel like he was running his show like it was the biggest show on earth before it became the biggest show on earth. So that's the reason why when chance happened, he was ready.
Yes.
So that is huge. That is huge.
So I can't take that away from him. The other thing I say again, they were seeking his. That's what I'm not understanding with this whole situation. These women that are done, I'm not necessarily going to put it up there with Kobe, but I'm just going to say the advertisement that they're giving to the people who they want to buy their product is not great right now, considering what they're doing. Again, in my estimation, he gave the softest, most sugar-coated responses to some of these things, to have them try to open their eyes and look at each other in the mirror, and that was too harsh. Given, just realize the reality that's in front of you and what you're trying to get, and are you capable of actually achieving what you want? If you're not, maybe you need to readjust your aim, recalibrate your sights to something that's actually attainable for you, that you can work with, that is within your realm to be able to accomplish. So, and these women are not advertising greatly right now for them to be nice people to be around or appreciative of your presence at all either. So if you hold any of the same sentiments that he had about women in relationships and those types of things, so that's all I could say. I'm not happy that this befell him. But it's unfortunate. I really feel for his family, because again, they're going to be. I mean, as I understand, he had children. It's a terrible time for them, and to also have to deal with again the extra circus around his stuff. Again, given that he did not run out there and stop women on the street and tell them why they were trash. That's not what he did, but that's why they're making it seem. They called into him. They asked for his opinions. He gave them.
Yeah.
It's really that simple.
Yeah. No, but all right. Respect your perspective. Again, I do question how much of him you watch. You watch.
I didn't
Like
watch much at all.
yeah, because he wasn't that watered down. He wasn't. He didn't want. He said some pretty hardcore, harsh stuff. Like he said some he said some hardcore, harsh stuff. It's just, and I'm not even about to do a rundown on it because there's some stuff that he said that I was just like, whoa, that's a little too far right there. I mean, but all right.
If you have more knowledge on it than I do, I will definitely acquiesce and pull that off. But
overall, no, I got you. We are joined by Brother Xavier from.
Thank you. I'm gonna drop down.
TP. Oh yeah. No. Thank. Hey, you always love. That was the weakest salute ever. I didn't even touch my. Okay, there we go. There we go. But no, always welcome. Always love your perspective. Always love your perspective. But we are passing the mic to.
Only from TPOT Media. Open your minds.
All right, and oh shit, hold on. Okay, the get OG off the panel rule is in effect. Because I'm putting a low price on his head today. Low price on his head. $50 on OG's head. You want to get him the hell out of here. But go ahead, brother.
My arch nemesis is following me. Peace.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Peace,
he didn't
brotherhood.
He didn't show up. He didn't show up until when you came up. That's when his head popped up down there.
Yeah.
He following you around.
Wants to follow.
He wasn't.
We can do some other time.
Hold on. He be going around looking for a fight, but talking like everybody messing with him. But all right, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't come for you today, Brother X. I came from Bozilla. I came from Bozilla today.
Right. Go ahead, Brother Xavier. You got it.
Good. I have a different take on it, to the question that's in the title here. I don't believe that Brother Samuels kept Black love alive because it was already dead before he got here. Are you brothers familiar with the word necromancer? I believe Brother Samuels was somewhat of a necromancer because he was trying to revive, some of the dead elements of Black love, is what I believe. All right. I believe he was trying to revive, some of the deceased parts of Black love. That's what I think. I just don't believe
he was just walking around he was walking around the graveyard. He just put flowers over all the caskets and he just decorated the graveyard.
Yeah, I don't believe that this one person can save Black people, whether it be in romance, whether it be in finance, whether it be in social, political power. I just do not believe that one person is capable of that. I believe that one person is capable of putting out some fires, but some things are already ash. There are too many fires to be put out. So I just don't believe that I don't believe he was able to save Black love. And like I said, I don't even believe it was on life support. It was already buried. And I believe that brother Samuels was, he was, raising some of it. I will say that he did get conversations going. He started to talk to people. He would, I'm assuming he got some people together. I'm assuming that, and I was a person who, I talked to Brother Samuels, over the course of the years. I hadn't talked to him in like almost 2 years, but I used to actually talk to Brother Samuels a lot because he used to be on my channel a lot, before he got big. And I would have conversations with him then, and he would say that he was about Black families. That's what he said he was about. But even back then,
was he saying that on the air? You said he was saying that off the air?
No, he would say it on the air. I mean, I I have one-on-ones with Brother Samuels from like
Okay,
2018, 2017.
Gotcha.
And what people don't know about Brother Samuels, man, and I've never been one to talk a lot about Brother Samuels. I've talked more about him over the last couple of days than I ever have. And what people don't realize about Brother Samuels is that a lot of the stuff he's saying now, he was saying it in 2018.
Yeah.
He was saying it in 2017. I know he was saying it on my streams. So a lot of the stuff that Brother Samuel is saying is not a news or new stuff. He's always said it. He's always said it. He's always thought it. I mean, and he's always come across the same way. It's just that more people started listening when he got a bigger bullhorn. That's what a lot of people don't know, because a lot of Negroes are very short-sighted, right? If it didn't happen within the last 30 days, it never happened. But Brother Samuels always spoke like this, man. He always did. That's just a fact. If you go back far enough in other people's videos, not just mine, go back in other people's streams where Brother Samuels were, you will hear the same stuff, man. It's like a mirror. You can put one of his videos from 2 months ago next to a video from 3 years ago, and he'd be saying the same exact thing, same mannerisms, and probably had on one of the same suits. So, I mean, it's not new. But I will say this about Brother Samuels. Brother Samuels impacted a lot of people, obviously, right? And I said this on Brother Obsidian's the other day. You got a lot of people, man, pissing on his tombstone right now, right? And, that's their right to do, because some people are just evil and mean-spirited like that, right? But this is what I want them to understand, and I know this will bother people, but I'm not one to care about bothering Negroes, because Negroes should be bothered. The difference between most of us and Brother Samuels is that he's dead and people are still discussing him. They're still talking about him. They're still making streams about him. Most of us, after our black ass die, number one, no one will care. Number two, no one will probably even know. But Brother Samuels is dead, don't you?
Yeah.
You're still talking about him, ain't you? Most of us, when we die, no one will even know, nor will they care. And that speaks volumes to the impact that this brother has on us, on media, on society. I mean, people like Jason Whitlock are talking about Brother Samuels.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. But, I mean, I've heard him talk about him before, so I'm not shocked. Yeah,
I mean, you got all kinds of people talking about Brother Samuels that are never going to talk about our black asses ever. They don't even know who the hell we are. We can all die here, right here on this stream, and nobody will know it except your subscribers.
Right on. Yeah. Oh, I just realized.
Would go viral though.
What'd you say?
I said the stream would go viral though.
What would go viral?
I said no, if we all died right here on the stream.
Shit.
No,
okay.
it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. It may get 50,000 views.
If we all died right now on the stream,
a million views tomorrow.
Yeah, that would just like
20,000
if everybody was on camera when it happened.
Yeah, if we was all cammed up, it would totally.
We all died at the same time.
It would look like we staged it. It was a mass suicide.
They're gonna say we was clout chasing though. This is the biggest YouTube clout chase ever.
Oh, that's something.
I told you, 20,000 views max, man.
TOP.
Yeah. Hey, hold up, your moderators. I haven't been seeing Hood Servative link through the chat. I know RM is not here today, even though she made my video.
Good job.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, RM edited that video for me. She's not here today. Jackie Jack, I saw you in the chat room. Start collecting links and start dropping people links in the chat room. So I'm scrolling up. I don't see Hoodservative link in there, and would like to see Brother Xavier's link floating throughout the chat room. Don't put OG link in the chat.
Yeah, forget mine. I just forget mine.
No, hell to the no.
I don't need no subscribers. And this is the way you sound, goddamn, after a hangover, goddamn, the way Brother X was sounding. What was that other guy you hit up in with the eyeball?
Judge Zilla.
Barilla. But anyway.
I got a cash app, so you better make it quick, because I got a cash app.
You only got $10. Goddamn, that was as hard.
No. That's $10. Somebody sent the cash app.
But that was just due to the fact that I say that was his tricking money, so he goes send $40 more.
No. Clue said $10. He said $40 to go. He's trying to embolden other people to do the job. But I'm pulling up my cash app, and I think somebody sent the whole 50. It's just being.
Let me see. Put it up there. Put it up there, Bernard. I don't want to be bullshit.
I ain't bullying.
Put it up there.
You better start talking. You better just start talking.
Let me see it. Let me see it. God damn it.
Hold on.
I ain't got too much to say anyway.
I don't know how to make it bigger. Hold on.
Well, how the hell can you see it?
I can see it. I don't know how to make y'all see it.
Put it up there to that good camera you got. I can see them damn waves.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to make sure I don't dox anybody.
Okay.
And I'm horrible. Hold on. See, no, it ain't gonna work because the camera is made.
I see it. Y'all take it easy. Thank you.
All right. Get the hell up on the hell up on out of here. We ain't about to hear that. We ain't about to hear no broken English today. All right. Had to get him the hell on. I ain't
down with my arch nemesis.
But hey, RM in the building. Shout out to RM. No, don't gotta apologize, RM. You ain't gotta apologize. But no, thank you again for that edited video. And like I said, you be dropping everybody else link in the chat. Start dropping your own. I told Jackie. There you go. There you go, Jackie. RM wasn't here. You was supposed to be on the job.
RM.
Yeah.
RM is like the best mod in all of Black YouTube, though.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I didn't, Brother Leo. I didn't do that. Brother Leo said X sent the cash app to get OG.
Oh no. I'm sorry. I didn't shout out who it was. I thought y'all could see the name. Well, I covered up the name so y'all couldn't see it. That was Joe Ethereal. Yes.
No, I didn't do it.
Yeah,
I only contribute to
not
the
Ethereal. It's Joe the Real
fund sometime.
It's Joe the Real. Well, I don't know if he's saying the real. It's like Joe with an extra E in between the real. So I've been saying the real. I don't know how you want to pronounce it, but I think it's just Joe the Real. But it looks like Ethereal. But shout out to Joe. Appreciate you dropping $50 cash app on it, and I'm sure everybody else appreciates you getting rid of OG. But so shout out to you. One thing, Hoodservative, I wanted to go back to you. On with anything Judge Zilla or Brother Xavier said that you wanted to respond to.
No, I wasn't really going to pick into none of that because, like you said, I don't watch I don't watch Kevin Samuels that much. Like, I'm more of a supporter than a fan. You know, we may have little small minor disagreements about this or that, but I tend to disagree with a lot of what Judge was saying.
People
so I
in
don't
the
want to get
chat
into it
room,
that much.
real quick. To people in the chat room, I have moderators. If you get timed out, don't assume it was me. I very rarely time people out. So I don't have a clue what you did or what you said or how or what. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I don't know what your complaint or your gripe is. If it's a serious issue, like you feel like you're truly being treated unfairly, hit my email. I have investigated things when somebody was because there are some moderators who be lurking in the clouds and doing petty stuff. So I keep an eye on those moderators. If you can show me evidence of a moderator being petty in some way, shape, or form, then yeah, that moderator will lose the rent. So email me if it's a serious problem. But other than that, no, don't assume that I did it. Whatever your problem is, Truth Bearer. I have no idea what happened. All right. Okay, let's go to, we got another person. That black box kind of bothers me. You got a icon picture or something? I don't know. But we're going to.
No, I'm not a troll, brother. I was on your show a few weeks ago.
I know. I don't know. I just like to see the icon and something pulsating. Go there. Yeah, I'll take an orange, an F in an orange circle. All right, cool. Yeah, that's
Yes,
better.
sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right. So go ahead. You got the floor. You got the mic.
Yes, sir. You once again, you're having a beautiful show and doing a beautiful job as a host.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. And I admire you.
Okay, don't get weird. Don't get weird. But so go ahead. What's your
no, I don't.
What's your question or comment?
Well, we think I and the rest of us need to actually thank God for Kevin Samuels and his work for raising awareness and highlighting, like the brother just said, the black relationship is not dying, it's already dead. And he tried to revive it. He did work to resurrect it. And so all Kevin Samuels did was there are people disparaging him, and like the brother said,
you're being disparaged right now in the chat room.
I don't care. Jesus, God doesn't have 100% approval rate, and I've just started. So if their black self-hatred wants to come out, let it come out. And so
you just
Kevin Samuels.
Wow. Okay.
Kevin Samuels said that his grave is being urinated on right now because females are mad at him for speaking the truth. He said, get a dog.
Who said this?
Who said what? No, I was saying Kevin Samuels told black females they don't like him because he spoke the truth. He said, get a dog and die alone. Well, God said the same thing when he said the wages of sin is death. And the Bible tells us, he who the Lord loveth, he correcteth. And Kevin Samuel was just correcting black females' behavior. And Hebrews 12:16 say, he who the Lord loveth, he chastises. And Kevin Samuels was chastising black females. And all he was doing was saying the same thing that God was saying. And we have to realize Kevin was from God, but he didn't obey God. And God requires entire submission, not just picking and choosing. And see, God sent us all to this world. Yes, even the devil, with both a mission and a message, a passion and a purpose, a gig and a goal, a dream and a destiny. And in each and every one of us is a gift that the whole entire world is looking for and waiting on for you to give birth to and give rise to. And if we don't find this gift, develop this gift, cultivate this gift, fertilize this gift, analyze, concretize, and monetize this gift, bless, manifest, and express that gift, and present and package that gift to God and the world, our own God will kill us with our own hands, through our own vices and devices. The only success in life is full submission to the wills and laws of God. You and I must accept our own gift from God. And this is why Ephesians 6:11 tells us to put on the whole armor of God. And see, Kevin Samuels.
You really about to give us a sermon on
all right.
It's not a sermon.
All right.
Let me finish.
Right.
Let me
finish. Thank you. Brother. All right. We got it. I got it. Let's appreciate you coming up. Appreciate your perspective. being nice here. You're taking us down a rabbit hole. I wanted to see where it was going. And when it went all the way down that rabbit hole and we made it to the very, very bottom of that rabbit hole, it was a Bible down there. Then you about to pick it up and read it to us while we down at the bottom of the rabbit hole. Like, no, I'm not. That's where I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna stop it. But thank you for your perspective, Elijah. Appreciate you coming on up. Don't take this as no disrespect, but I'm about to move on to someone else. Some individual, maybe one person needed that word. Somebody did. I'm positive somebody needed that word, and that one person on earth who got that word. God damn it, he got the word. He got it.
Let me see if I can do a little better job of preaching before you go to the next person. Because the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. You never know what God's going to do. He may kill you in the morning. Take your life at noonday. Oh, Lord. That better, y'all? Well, I rather had heard that.
Pastor Reverend Sweaty Neck, thank you so much.
Reverend Sweaty Neck. Oh man,
it's Pastor Reverend Sweaty Neck. All right, you got two titles, bro.
God.
Oh man. Okay, coming up, we got Mr. Darku. Mr. Darku.
Yeah. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Is Mr. Darko? The last O is silent, like Django. But I just like to say, rest in power to the Godfather. And even in death, he's still putting out dividends. He's still showing us exactly, what these women think of us, what these modern women are, and showing their true colors. So for the most part, the best thing that can happen for this is that, the manosphere, all the petty beefs, all the little things that's going on, everybody can pretty much come together and start building, because as we've seen, we all we got. When you're gone, they're going to dirty your name. Kevin was 53. They did put him at 56, dogging his name, calling him all out his name. And, if it wasn't for us coming out here and actually, letting people know who and what he really was, we don't even know where they'll take his legacy. So I would just like to say, from now on, it's time to focus on young men. Let's focus on teaching these young teenagers, these young boys, to come up, get money, and stop chasing these broads, man. It's a wrap. It's over. Focus on yourself. Do exactly what their mothers and what society tells them to do. What do they tell them to do? Focus on themselves. Don't worry about marriage. Have your whole phase in your 20. Focus on your career. And then when you're 35, 40, then maybe go look to get married. So do exactly what they do, because guess what? We're all equal now. So what's good for the women is good for the men as well. Focus on yourself. Go to school. Get your degree. Focus on your career. Make your money. And when you're 35 and 40, then think about, getting a wife. But go overseas. Go to the Eastern world. Find a woman that's been born and raised to be a wife, and then have your peace, because these bros don't care about us at all. They for themselves. They want to see us die. They want to see us perish. They are the right hand of white supremacy.
Holy shit.
If the white woman is the house dog, they are the porch dogs. They're the pit bull, in front of the house, in front of the porch, ready to attack anybody that's going to come, into Zaddy's house. So let them be. Separate yourself. Focus on men. Focus on building young men. Let's show each other how to make money. Let's show each other how to build. And then when we're old enough, let's mentor these young boys. That's all I got to say. Mentor these young boys. Stay away from the beefs. Stop talking to these bros. They're just time wasters. They're time wasters. They want you to get them into all these long conversations. And, black women, there's no togetherness. There's never been. Black women were only brought into the West, into the U.S. to be concubines. They were not brought here to work. For the first 100 years of slavery, only men were brought. The only reason why women were brought was because the United Kingdom banned slavery. So therefore, Thomas Jefferson and all his criminals, so started bringing women so that they can produce more and more slaves. So they're not your women. So you know what I'm saying?
Listen,
they're not your women.
Gotcha. Okay, it is interesting. And thank you, Mr. Darko. Appreciate you coming on through. Appreciate you. I'm going to move on to truism words, where I don't know exactly what shit my mouse is playing. I try to bring you in, my mouse stop working. All right, it's a reoccurring theme that happens. I gotta work on not letting that happen, where some people get on the panel and it's almost like everything that they ever wanted to say ever, they try to get it all into one sound bite. It's like and I'm like, man, we just went back to the plantation and they only brought men over for the first 100 years. And whoa, easy. But Thomas, before I go to truism, Thomas Walker, what exactly are you talking about? He says, Bernard, you have a chance. We already talked about it. I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean by that? Post another comment or something. Like I don't really care what. I mean, I don't really know what it is that you're talking about. Bernard is scared to be a part of the Keep It Raw clan. I have no idea what you're talking about. All right. Okay. Truism. What's been going on in the chat room? You've been having some issues down there. I have no idea. What happened? Easy. What happened?
No, nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong.
No, I didn't ask you what was wrong. I asked you what happened.
Nothing happened in the chat. Nothing happened in the chat.
Okay, why did you message me asking me, do I have a problem with a certain word?
Because, well, I'll be honest, when I said it initially, you kind of skipped past. When I was here with the early bird squad, you kind of skipped over that. Okay, and I get it. I understand.
You're bringing up something. You're bringing up something that happened at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, a little bit, and a
because
few
I
other
skipped over a comment. You know how many people get skipped over, bro? Like,
I'm
damn.
just saying. That's why I said it's okay. I get it.
All right, cool. So, all right. Anyway, all right. Back here. We back up. Okay. What do you got on the subject? The topic. Did Black Love die with Kevin Samuels? What's your thoughts or your take or perspective on that?
Well, it's a very interesting question, and it's going to get this kind of answer. I'll answer it with another question. How can something die if it never had a chance to be born in the first place?
It's a little deep.
It was a rhetorical.
Let's just be honest about it.
Yeah, you gotta expound upon that a little bit.
Because, and I'll give it to the brother who was saying who was here that preceded me. The Dago did not love black men, and never really truly ever did. I mean, they were just forced to be with us, for a while, until Love versus Brown, and then at that particular point, then they faked it till they made it. But they really showed you their ass in probably about in the 60s, bro. I mean, it really is what it is. I mean, I got to be honest about it.
Oh no, we talk about the history, but when it's a more focused subject, I don't always like to go back deep into the history. But I understand. I mean, I understand where you're going. Like we've broken down that pretty much.
I mean, I
understand.
Yes, and I mean the question was asked, and I said it like this: it never existed in the first place. Shout out to brother TPOT. Who has always had me on.
What's good with it, man?
He always opened up his channel to me, and I always appreciate him for that.
This is the Hulk here. He's actually relatively calm. He's Bruce Banner right now, but he does break into the Hulk from time to time.
I understand the environment that I'm in, so therefore I'm not going to be my normal self usually. But
what is your normal self, and what do you mean by the environment that you're in?
Look, he's relatively calm right now.
Yeah,
relatively calm.
Because in general, I'm usually very fired up. It's usually something that when I usually see something that I see to be rather egregious, then yes, I can.
Are you talking about fired up as in yelling and screaming, or making hard hitting controversial statements? Because I mean, I do a reoccurring show on Saturday with Hood Servitor, so clearly I'm not afraid of some hard hitting controversial statements. I don't mind you being controversial. It's it just sometimes I don't like when somebody goes off topic controversial but loosely related, but you know, it's like it just gets weird and jumbled up, and it comes off like that. I just want to get my shit off.
I know, I get you. I
just want to come up and say something. I don't get to talk that much. Let me hurry up and say everything.
No. I'm glad to have the conversation with you, but I just, in general, I use them a combination of both. So this is the reason why we're going to have the conversation. And yes, unfortunately, Black love did not die because it never had a chance to do so. Honestly, it never even had a chance to be. It was literally stillborn in utero. Okay, before that even came about. And the main reason why, and I'm just going to be honest with it, the Black female cannot, will not, and shall not love or respect you. Why? Because you're not white. This is not going to happen, bro. You're literally see. Here's the thing that really does annoy me. You are literally seeing in real time. This is not the first time this happened. This is the second time in recent history, within a span of about 3 years. You had Kobe Bryant, then you have this man. And I'm telling you, if this would be the world's greatest troll, if this man just comes up on Monday and says, ha ha ha, bitches, I'm back. Yo, I will laugh my ass off. You will see tears in my, you'll probably hear about me dying from laughing so daggone hard. If this comes back and this man actually pulled, just to show how vindictive, how mean, how callous the Black Daggle is. This man spoke his opinion, but because this was the kind of, see, Kevin Samuels removed every type of obstacle, every type of critique, every type of barrier that would soften what he was saying. The man was relatively tall, relatively good looking. There's no homo, not saying like that. He was successful by every metric that anybody could measure. And he gave these freaking broads the truth. They couldn't call him a Dusty. How you gonna call him Dusty? The brother has a professional setup every day before he got.
Well, no, the thing is they did though. That's the thing. That's one thing I always say. If you look at the people who I don't even know if she invented it, but the one who popularized it the most, I said, based off the way that she used the term Dusty, I defined it as any man of African descent that disagrees with her on any subject.
But
that's how I've defined it. That's how I've defined it.
But in terms of the actual classical term of it, the one that everybody kept using, but these are low. You niggas ain't high card. You niggas ain't got this, that, and the third. You still dominated by this. So he eliminated all of that in real time and literally shut down all the lies that you like to tell yourselves. And because he threw that cold water reality in your faces, you hated him for it. You loved him, but you hated him. But you loved him, but you hated him. But you loved him, but you hated him. And now that this man, if it sounds like if he did pass, God rest his soul. Hope
no, brother, it's confirmed. It's confirmed. We don't need to do
so fine.
If thing. It's confirmed.
Okay, so then if he said it, then he said it. Then he's dead. He's dead. Fine. But now that this has happened, and this is the second time, as a Black man, you're seeing this. Hoes having a full-on hate watch parties, laughing, joking. I've looked through Black Twitter, and Hood Conservative is correct. These broads are going in ultra hard on this man's death. Why? Because he hurt your feelings.
Negroes cherish small victories. And that's just the thing, brothers. This is not a victory Brother Samuel's death is not a victory for you, man. If you count this as a win, man, I would hate to see what your damn life look like. If you can count a man on the internet, his death as a win, man, your life sucks.
But that goes to show you, bro, just how petty these bitches are. Think about it. You listen, look what you just got through saying. It's the death of a man that you will never ever meet.
Exactly.
That you have no chance of even being anywhere within this man's strata in your day-to-day life. The fact that he passed, the fact that his life meant so much to you, and the fact that his death was something to celebrate.
Yeah, man. That means your life is nothing. Your life is nothing. It's meaningless if you can get a cheap thrill out of a man on YouTube that you chose to watch, obviously.
Yes.
And him being dead is some victory for you because when it comes down to it, brothers, he probably didn't change nothing for your black ass when he was alive. So guess what? Now that he's dead, your life still will not change.
So now the question that I have.
All right. So, shout out to Sir Tice. He says, "Stop all the Griffin tap dancing and just say it." Oh, and he says, "There's been a ton of tap dancing and not being direct today. Not a very good look at all." What are you talking about?
I don't know.
I wasn't talking to you.
No.
Okay, got you. All right, yeah, Sir Tice, what's going on? What you talking about, man? Explain what you're talking about. Ernest B in the building. He says, if us men don't focus on ourselves first, after KS passing, we deserve what we get. Separate yourself from these daggles. Build wealth with each other. Thank you for the super chat. Do appreciate that. Waiting on your comment, Sir Tice. Or come on up. Shit. Come on up, Sir Tice. I ain't talk to you in a minute. I haven't talked to you.
Tice, do you want me to step down?
No, well, he's not up or in queue. He's not up or in queue. So you good. You can hang on. But yeah, come on up, Sir Tice. Or if you can't come up, just explain what you're saying, and I'll try to make sure I catch it in the chat room. But shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Looking at what Ernest B said, separate yourself from these daggles. Like that. Where I'm at is like we already have. I mean, it's like,
to be
like
honest,
those,
you haven't.
Those. What the hell you mean? To be honest, you haven't.
You haven't, honestly.
What do you mean? Because, to be honest,
I mean, look, bro. If you're still going to date them, you haven't separated from them. If you're still going to engage with them, you haven't separated.
Okay, by daggle, you mean I thought you were talking about a certain type of woman. By daggle, you mean any woman of African descent born on American soil.
I would say any African woman in general. Just
any woman of African descent.
Just don't do it in general. But
yeah, that's extreme, bro. That's extreme.
Sometimes in war, there is always collateral damage. It is better that you avoid a problem that most likely will happen, just for the chance that you may get a good result. It's better that way, to just eliminate the problem altogether and just explore other ventures with other people. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I view it.
Okay, and I respect that, and I don't take that from you. I just know when I was single, I dated all women. Everybody got a fair shake. The best woman I encountered happened to be an American black woman. So I don't go to extreme. I mean, I think that's an extreme measure. But I mean, hey, I'm not taking. I'll never take that from you. I'll never take that from you.
Sure. The question I have that in this particular regard, though, is.
But where you at, Sir Tice? Sir Tice, did Sir Tice respond?
He might be a little behind because I'm looking at the chat. He might
being direct and we're doing the same thing we criticize others for. Yes, Sir Tice might be behind the chat, so we call in on you, Sir Tice, to explain.
I'm seeing him right now. I think I see 12:50. Was it 12?
No. You could type at any moment. You could be watching a stream 30 minutes behind the stream, but your chat will be current.
Yeah.
So
I mean, even in that, because like I laid out the premise straight up and bluntly, like, dude, you're the black love guru. You died in the arms of a non-black woman, and they're pissing on your grave. All right, what does this mean for black love? I don't understand what really has been left off the table, so to speak. I'm trying not to, drag the man or nothing like that, but just
no.
No, he's not talking to you, Truism. He's referring to Sir Tice.
Yeah. I'm saying, but I'm just saying okay. No. I'm not saying that. I'm not. Look, shout out to the brother. He did what he did. He made his life. He made his mark.
No, that was a response. I don't know if you understand.
No. I do.
Oh, you cut him off
like three different conversations going on up here.
Yes, you cut him off like he was responding to you. He was responding to Sir Tice. He's trying to get down to the bottom of where, like, I'm not taking personal offense, but I am like I think Hood Conservative, I think we shot it pretty damn straight. So I mean, when somebody's saying y'all bullshitting and tap dancing, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, especially from somebody I respect, coming to my show saying I'm tap dancing. Like, let's get now. We got stuff like that.
What is it that was left out?
Yeah, stuff like that. I gotta stop the show and get down to the bottom of, especially if somebody I respect with a wrench saying I'm tap dancing. You're attacking the integrity of the fucking show. So I'm trying to, we got to get this figured out. So I'm like, Sir Tice, substantiate the claim. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, Truism, no, I do got somebody in the back now. It's not Sir Tice, but I do appreciate you coming on through and being a part of the show.
Sure.
Welcome back anytime. I'm going to bring up the ever controversial Trey MBD. If we've been down enough rabbit holes, we about to go down some more. Let's go, Trey. What's up? What you got, man?
Hey, what's going on? Good morning, Bernard. Good morning, David. Brother Xavier.
Peace. What's good with it, Brother Trey?
Nothing much. I kind of get where Sir Tice is going and the issue of tap dancing. And what he's,
Did you see a comment explaining what he meant?
No, I didn't see a comment. And I understand, it's a subject you got to tread lightly on. Right now it's like too soon, one of those types of things. But I will say.
So you think he's criticizing us for treading lightly on a man's death?
No. About calling out the ABW for what it is, because based off of what I've seen on social media, David's 4-hour stream the other night, I was up there the entire time listening to those women on Twitter. I've seen them on Facebook. I've heard them in real life. My daughter at her fast food job has even heard the women there talking cash shit about Kevin. She didn't even know. She was like, "Who is this guy?" I was like, "Oh, he was a friend of mine from back in YouTube back in the day. We used to go at it on panels and stuff." She's like, "Oh, well, they're just saying Cass." So it's right now, it's US wide, this gender war, led by, the American black woman against KS. And you might, and here's the percentage game. You have a group of women who are 80% overweight, 51% obese, with this stereotype for having horrific attitudes. And what KS became a millionaire by attempting to fix said women. He ain't gonna fix the multitude. It just ain't gonna happen. The entitlement, the overweight, the attitude, whatever you want to call it, it's not gonna change. The stereotype is there for a reason. And fortunately, some brothers like you yourself, Bernard, were able to catch the right one. And, do great, Brother Xavier, catch the right one and be doing great. But for the majority of black men out there that say this 86% want to be with a black woman, that ain't the case. It just ain't going to happen. They're either going to have to settle, for a ratchet, become a stepdad, or be single. Monk mode if they just, want to die on that hill. Otherwise, they got to go out like KS did. In the arms of a thick exotical. Salute.
God. Yeah, but we don't even know if the reports are true like that. A lot of this stuff's speculation, man.
Oh, I've seen her stuff. Yeah, I've seen her
No,
real
no,
naked. Yeah.
she's actually in the police report. Like that.
Yeah.
It's beyond
it's
speculation
enough,
about
and
her
that
involvement.
that is the part that I am legit tap dancing on, because we're talking about a police report, we're talking about Kevin Samuels' death, we talking about, so that part, yeah, I am going easy on that one, but we went on and talked about it earlier in the show, the whole notion that, yeah, that's a, I always said he was advocating to get black men and black women to, work out the problems, work out the issues, and and then that happened. I am treading lightly on, a man's death and a police report and the whole works with that, but it is confirmed that she is the woman whose name is out there, whose picture can be looked up. That is the woman that was with him on that unfortunate night. And
it's very unfortunate, but we got to look at the reality of things. And you know me, man, I'm like, super right wing, ultra conservative out here. And if you look at the responses from the conservative side, regardless of color, ain't no color involved over here on the hard right. Man, everybody's just big up in Kev. Beside the conservative side, on the manosphere at large side, you got everybody big up in Kevin. You just got brothers just from all spectrums shouting out, dedicating things to Kevin. You don't hear all this hate coming up. Where the hate is coming from, it's from the people that look like him, the people that, he said he was out to fix, this whole black love thing. That's where all the hate is coming from for him. And I truly don't get it. Well, also you got the white liberal, of course, Malcolm was right. They going ham on Kevin. He was a misogynist. He said disparaging things about black women and single moms. All the freaking left-wing news organizations are talking cass shit about KS. And that's garbage, man, because the message right in line with, the message of, the divestors, the B1s, the queens. It's just a sad, it's unfortunate. I wish it wasn't so, but it just is what it is.
All right. Ernest B in the middle with a $5 super chat. He says, focus on education. Have your 20s 304 phase, build a career, then look to marry after 35. Advice given to modern girls get. I think he's just trying to say that's the advice that modern girls get. Men follows the same advice. That was more or less advice that Kevin Samuels quite often gave, and most people in the manosphere who do give any guys advice on marriage. A lot of people say don't do it, don't sign those legally binding documents at the courthouse. But those who do give that advice, that's pretty much the majority right there. That's what everybody would say. Get yourself together, build yourself up. Call your shots and dictate and chart out your life how you want it. If you want a family, that's when you do it. Do it later in life. But Sir Tice in the building, he says earlier yourself, no shade, was walking the tightrope. I'm like, holy shit! I want you to say what I was walking a tightrope on. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for you to explain to me exactly what I was walking a tightrope on. Gee.
Yeah,
okay.
I think Brother Sir Tice is a little behind.
My point is, this is the manosphere. Yes, we know they are trolls that are going to clip things. F them. Let's talk directly and let the chips fall. What are we not speaking directly on? That is the $1 million question that you are not explaining.
Give me a subject, like one actual specific subject, and then we can talk about it just to satisfy whatever thing you got going on.
Ernest B back in the building. Another one. He says women are told to never settle. Men, please follow the same advice. Never settle for nothing less than the best. Go overseas. I'm sorry, I got stuff popping up. I cannot see that because go overseas for your women. Hashtag SYSBM. All right. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. All right. Yeah. Yeah, January, man. Nobody's talking directly.
I don't get it. I'm like, man, I'm like super controversial. David's super controversial. What aren't we doing here?
Yeah, you throw.
Yeah, this is the first time I ever been on anybody panel, and they literally wanted me to say more. Like, people want me to shut up most of the time. What is it?
Well, I know. I think only thing I can say. I know, like, I was being careful, because I don't want to be disrespectful, because it's doing this stream already. I thought about not doing it because I wanted to let it breathe a little bit before we went down this path. But I don't want to go to rabbit hole of his death. People talking about the toxicology report and all this. It's theories out there of foul play. I'm like, stuff like that. We not going. We gotta wait. We not going going down conspiracy theory land. But though the purpose of this show wasn't solely just to call out the the divestors who saying all the crazy stuff. That wasn't the sole purpose of the show, but we definitely touched on that. But I don't know. Oh wait, hold on. Oh shoot, Sun is Hot Rob. My bad. I did see that. I actually clicked on it. Maybe I started and then moved on. But Sun is Hot Rob in the building. He says, let me blow that up, and hopefully that will disappear. Something, but certain is how around the building. He says, I think what they are trying to say is that you can't always take the moral high ground with immoral people or walk away from a violent person. Sometimes you have to stand and fight. I agree 100%.
But
yeah, well, in that, oh god, my bad. I'm sorry.
Like, are we saying that in context to women though?
I mean, if that's the case, it's just that you got to let them starve. When the barbarians show up at the gates, you just, hey, have your way.
I'll stand my ground against dudes. I'm not necessarily going to fight a life and death struggle with a bunch of chicks. Like, no, you can just have death. You can die over there. I'm not going to fight you. Just go die. I'm not like, I don't get what you mean by the stand and fight thing. Stand and fight should not be a part of a relationship between a man and a woman.
No, I don't think I think some people anticipated this was the stream where we was about to ride on the chicks that's talking shit about Kevin Samuels, who's celebrating Kevin Samuels' death. That was a small part of what we were talking about. Maybe they didn't get their fill of that, but that is not solely what we came here to go in on, and maybe that's what they think that we're avoiding doing, riding on those chicks. I don't know.
That wasn't, that wasn't my angle at all. Like I said, the fact that he chose to, fight. He spent the last years of his life fighting a losing battle, trying to get black women the love they think they deserve, and he died in the arms of your enemies. Listen, it speaks for itself. I don't need to ride on y'all. Life is doing a great job.
Yeah, that was the angle. that was the angle, and yeah.
But yeah, in the end, he chose to go free. It's something to the sorts of, you have one group of men in the camp of, hey, you set these brothers free, go out and do you, Kevin said this. And then you got another group going, oh, you can find beautiful melanated women all around the world. Well, okay, it seems to me that the aforementioned statement I made is more along what Kevin said, basically of choosing values, choosing morals, choosing a woman who can raise your kids before looking for melanation. So it's just it's something to tiptoe around. I don't know.
Yeah.
I often wonder, and by the way, Brother Bernard, take your lemon, man, chop it up in 8 pieces, man, and put it in, I don't know, maybe a coffee cup full of water into a pot and boil it for about 20 minutes. Pour that into a cup and take like maybe a half a spoon of like turmeric and put it in there. That'll knock those sniffles out, you brother.
I think I'm at the tail. I appreciate that, but I think I'm at the tail end.
I'm telling you, it works. But I think that more than anything else, and I didn't watch Brother Samuels. I think the last time I watched Brother Samuels was like maybe a year and a half ago. But I used to see clips. You would show clips, other people would show clips.
Yeah.
And from what I saw from Brother Samuels, like I said, I consider him to be the necromancer, right? He was like standing in a graveyard, waving his magic wand, and coffins was popping up out the ground. That's how I saw it. But
That's too funny.
but what I thought he was trying to do was not just change the environment. I think he was trying to change the minds of people, because you have to change people's minds before you can change their behavior. You can't just come in and change someone's behavior without first changing their thinking. All right, because you can't think a positive and then turn around and you'll do negative. If you're a positive thinker, more than likely you're going to do positive things. And I think it's the same way with negative. I think Brother Samuels was trying to change the minds of folks so they can change their behavior. And I'm pretty sure it worked for some. All right. I'm not going to say it didn't work for nobody.
No, that part I agree with. I agree that, it's, I didn't mean to cut you off, but this is something that comes up all the time where, you're talking about, you can't change people's mind, but everybody who has a media platform who's talking is trying to change somebody's mind. So if you believe that there's media influence, if you believe that there's a such thing as propaganda that can influence people over time, it's like, as Black men, we think everybody else's propaganda work except for ours. It's like, that's why I say that, no, if you got a major media platform, and people are listening and conversations are sprouting up based off your conversations, you're stirring the pot of the culture, whether you like it or not. So if you start a pot of the culture and you just get a slight shift in mindset, will take something from 47% of the country being pro-life to now 53% of the country being pro-life, and something like that, something that small, can influence politicians to move and change the law on something. So you stir in the pot of influence. It makes a difference. Rather people say, "Oh no, people ain't gonna change. You just wasting your time." I never buy that. But anyway, I cut you off because you touched on something that matters to me a bit when it comes to media influence. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hey, one last thing I got to take off, Bernard. But the last thing I just wanted to say was, Kevin really did something for the rabbit hole conspiracy theory community like myself. Kevin messed with the base of the Democratic Party, like the Democratic Party's core foundation voting group for the next 138 years, according to LBJ, is the American Black woman. And Kevin straight up put them on Front Street, and their behavior, what a stereotypical behavior they exhibit on Front Street for all of America to see. And I trust me, I do not believe the Democratic operatives are happy about that.
I agree. And you said conspiracy. Okay. Come on, man.
I mean,
I get.
Let's keep it a buck. I was in Ramil's chat. I was just listening to the show earlier that he was doing, and they were talking about all the kinds of rabbit hole stuff. And one dude did bring up the CIA. So who knows what's going on, man? Somebody said the CIA killed him. Sooner or later, somebody's going to say white supremacy took him out.
Yeah,
that's not this stream though. We're not going there, right?
I mean, by the time the rumors get around, he would have been smoking crack with Hunter Biden. That's how the rumor mill goes around. Hey, but thanks a lot for letting me up, Bernard. I'll catch y'all fellas later.
Yep, no doubt. Thanks, man. He does make a good point. Other than trying to, other than the conspiracy of who was behind it. But overall, if you got millions upon millions of Black women listening to you at that level, I do believe it is true that the Democratic Party will look at that. They will look at that as he's stirring the pot of our voter base. We can't have you hitting the hornet's nest. It's like they I'm pretty sure they had a problem with that. There's no way around that. That.
I don't think it's possible. Because he had a lot of subscribers. He was at like 1.4 million or something like that. So, he had a big reach. The more subscribers you have, people talk about, oh man, subscribers don't mean nothing. BS. Yes, it does.
Yeah,
because if you got 1.5 million subscribers and another person has 1,000, guess what? You have a bigger reach than the person with 1,000. That's just a numerical fact. Now, people will say it means nothing because, you know, they're probably the person with the 1,000. But I mean, the man had a damn near 1.5 million followers, you know, and I think I don't know what he had on Instagram because I didn't watch him on Instagram, but they said he had like 1 million on Instagram too. So I mean, this man had a lot of people watching him. All right. And what he talked about hit hard within the Black collective, not just the mainstream collective, not just a nuanced show title. It was hitting hard inside the Black collective. Why? Because the Black collective does not want anyone criticizing Black women. Why? Because Black women have more power inside the Black collective than anyone else. And I'll tell you why. Because, see, if you want to know who's really in power, watch who you cannot criticize. And he did something that is forbidden throughout the Black collective. Criticize Black women. And you know that's forbidden because most of the people who do it will never get to where he is. They will never get 1.5 million subscribers. It's not going to happen because most people on YouTube don't get there anyway. Most people do not get to 1.5 million subscribers. Now, you have some people who do it, you know, like some of those gaming channels and celebrities, but especially when you're talking about this side of YouTube. And I hate to bust folks' bubbles, but most of us will never get to 1 million. Most of us will never get to 100,000. Some of us will struggle to get to 1,000. That's the nature of the game. Brother Samuels was able to crack the code. And he cracked the code. And when he cracked the code, what did he do? He put Black people on Front Street. He put Black women on Front Street. That's what he did. He put it on Front Street, man. Because a lot of us talk about the things Brother Samuels talks about. Some of us are 10 times as raw as he is. Raw. So raw that our channels go down. Look at people like Brother Big Nate. And I think what Brother Big Nate had, 1,500 subscribers? He was taken down in a few months. But Brother Samuels, 1.5 million subscribers, talking the same kind of stuff. And he never went anywhere. They couldn't get rid of him. They could not get rid of him. So I'm not trying to hear, oh, well, you know, he wasn't nobody here. Because you got people saying that too. Oh, he wasn't nobody here. He was bigger than you. He was bigger than me. He was bigger than most of us. That's just the truth. And guess what? He would have continued to grow. It wasn't like he was slowing down. It wasn't like he was losing 10,000 subscribers a day. I doubt it. And that's what we got to think about, man. The man had an impact, man. No matter what anyone says, love him, hate him, be indifferent to him. He had an impact. Why you think we having this stream? You think if one of these other YouTubers had died, we'd be sitting up here talking about him? Do you think if one of these other YouTubers had died, the people who hate said YouTuber would be talking about him? Most of the people who talking about him now, when they Black ass die, we ain't even gonna know it. We're not even going to know it. That's just the truth.
Right on, right on. Very true, very true. Shout out to Ike in the Mill building. He says RM got a channel. Yes, she does has a channel, and she does have a channel, and she edited my last video. I did a little tribute, about 7-8 minute tribute video to Kevin Samuels, where it was, very clean and poetic and said all the right things and struck all the right tones, other than, unlike this shit we doing right now. But no, that 8-minute video, definitely want to check that out. And RM made that video, and she got a channel. She, so yeah. Shout out to RM, best moderator in the business, and shout out to Ike, because I will, damn it, I don't know if it'll be on Ike's channel or Dr. Thunder's channel, but I'm going to be on Case Closed. I know sometimes it's on Dr. Thunder, sometimes it's on Ike. And it's going to be a pretty solid panel. I think, I don't know 100% sure, but I think obviously Ike and Dr. Thunder will be there, but I believe LAR, Ramil, myself, and the real Dana will be on there. So there'll be a decent panel talking about Roe v. Wade. So yeah, that's gonna be a good. Okay, so it will be on Dr. Thunder's. Okay, cool. So yeah, make sure make it over there and check that out. Tomorrow at 4 p.m.
Okay.
Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Oh, LAR not going to be there? Okay. Well, either way, LAR, he's in the email. We don't know. But definitely Ramil and Dana and myself, Ike and Dr. Thunder. So make sure go check that out. RM's already Johnny on the spot putting Dr. Thunder's email. I mean,
RM's like
in the chat room.
Moderator, man. Like
she's super moderator of the year, and definitely put Ike in the chat room as well. Put Ike's information in the chat room as well. Definitely do appreciate you.
Yeah, she be plugging me in the chat a lot. I'm like, oh shit, I'm getting a plug up in
definitely.
Brother Bernard's joint.
Definitely. And shout out to Ty Smooth 646. Ty Smooth 646. That is my most recent Patreon. He just signed up last night. At least I saw it last night. I got an email about it last night. So shout out to Ty Smooth 646. I do appreciate you becoming a Patreon. Appreciate everybody. Excuse me. Everybody.
Oh, and yeah, Brother Bernard.
Yeah.
Two things. I need to thank you, because I've been thanking brothers. I've been getting quite a bit of voiceover work, and one person who wrote me about a voiceover gig, they referenced you. They said they had heard my voice on your show and wanted me to I'm shouting out everybody, because I've been getting quite a bit of voiceover work, folks. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And, they usually tell me, oh, I heard you on, Brother Bernard's. I heard you on, the Manosphere thing. So, I'm just shouting the brothers out, man. I appreciate y'all, running it, because it's bringing me money.
Hey.
So I just want to shout you out, my brother.
That is all right.
Also, one more thing. I'm going to make this prediction right here, right now. I see a lot of Brother Samuel's audience heading in a certain direction. Not all of it, but a good part of it. So right here today, it's May 7th, 2022, 1:22 p.m. Eastern. I predict the rise of Brother Obsidian.
I kind of got that feeling when I was listening to Obsidian on his stream yesterday, where he, started out, did a, de facto memorial service for Kevin Samuels. It kind of turned into a regular show, but it was mostly, some aspects of it, turned into, it was a moment where he went to his regular spiel and started talking about black men, black women, and blah, blah, blah. But a lot of it was a memorial service for Kevin Samuels. I treated it like a eulogy to some degree, but I kind of got that feel. But I'm interested to see where it goes. I mean, one thing we can rest assured that after everything, the initial sting of losing a friend, is once that weight is off, that initial sting of it, I'm pretty sure he's going to get on a pretty aggressive campaign strategy to try to gain market share. So I mean, it's
absolutely
no doubt about that. Business mind will sink in. So
don't underestimate the old man, y'all. Don't underestimate him. I've known Brother Obsidian for a long time, probably longer than most of you. Don't underestimate him.
Yeah.
Don't.
Well, Link in the building with the super chat. He says, "Who are they going to complain about now? Because they don't have a big bad monster to cry about. F them." Shout out to the hood conservative. The hood conservative, well, hood conservative, not hood conservative. But he says that brave the Twitter space the other day with the heifers. Yeah, that was a wild one. That was a wild one. I think I asked you. I don't remember if I got the answer on it. After they brought up their gay friend or whatever, and you fell back. You said you came back in. What else was talked about after? Because I stopped listening at that point too. When you kind of fell back.
Brother Bernard, I'm gonna jump off because I gotta go. Somebody's here.
Okay.
Peace, everybody in the chat. Peace, Brotherhood Conservative. Thanks for having me on, Brother Bernard. Shout out to Brother Samuels, man, and peace, y'all. I will see y'all on the other side, man. Peace.
All right. Thank you, Brother Xavier. Do appreciate you coming on through. Peace.
Actually, they kicked me off not too long after that anyway, but I think one of the last things I said that got me kicked was how a bunch of single moms going shit on dudes for not having daddies. How that makes sense? How that work? Yeah, it was that type of conversation.
Yeah, it was a weird moment in there where it's like you made them put their foot in their mouth because they real quick and witty with the response, but you made them put their foot in their mouth. They were talking about black men being broke. Then they said something about black men making more money. I think you led them down that path, but they said something about black men making more money than black women. Yeah, because they're men. But then they said that black women, which this is not a proven thing, but they said majority of black women make more money in their household. The whole thing about black women, are the breadwinners in the majority of their households. That's because they're including households where it's just one. They're counting a household as just an adult and kids. So yeah, duh, because of the single mother rate, yeah, they're the breadwinner in majority of households. The way that they defined it in the data that I saw, but it was funny when they were saying that black women in their households with the man in the house, with a husband in the house, they're making the most money. But then they also acknowledge the black men make more than black women. So it's like, so you said something to them like, so that must mean that y'all are just willfully marrying broke niggas or willfully getting with broke dudes or just willfully doing it. How you on one hand gonna say acknowledge they make more, but then say that you're always in a relationship with a dude who makes less? It's like, it was a lot of moments like that where they was just wilding. They was wilding. But Ernest B in the building says, I seem to be blocked from sending certain super chat messages. I may be going too raw. I'll let your stream be moderate, Bernard. Peace. SYSB. I don't know what you're saying. There are certain things I got blocked. I don't know what you're saying, but yeah, there are certain things you can't say. I mean, I do want to protect my channel from you Negroes. So so certain things that aren't YouTube friendly that you may be blocked from saying. So but I do appreciate your super chat, and you went ham on the super chat. I do appreciate. Don't think I don't appreciate it. Don't think I don't appreciate it. But go ahead.
There was literally a moment. There was another guy on the panel, and the other guys that came up, not the gay dudes, but there's a couple other guys that came up trying to be a little bit nicer, conciliatory, I think. And oh damn, I just forgot what I was about to say. Oh shoot.
I think you were talking about how you came in on some, you wasn't even trying to have a normal conversation. You just came in, just throwing wild loose haymakers, not even trying to have a conversation that led to some understanding. Basically, you from the parts that I saw, you just went as full gangster as they did, basically.
Well, right, yeah, no, they came in looking for smoke. Basically, that's the whole reason they called me out, and I don't think they expected to get real smoke. But it was just so fun. It was really fun, actually. I can't even. I was having fun talking to them. It was so retarded. I don't usually talk to a bunch of retarded chicks like that.
Yeah, my bad. I'm trying trying to moderate a situation in the chat room. See somebody. Yeah, somebody's clowning. Like, what the hell? All right. Anyway. Yeah. All right. People be wilding. But okay, god damn. I apologize for the dead air, everybody. I apologize for the dead air. I was trying to check something out. I can't do two things at once. But no, that was a wild experience. That was a wild experience that you had there. How often do you actually just go and just chill and just listen to their stuff?
Those girls in particular, that was the first, and I think it was unique because the whole Kevin Samuel situation. It was just that I actually do Twitter Spaces kind of regularly. If I catch something, if I have the time, like all the stars got to align. But like if I catch something like a Twitter Space that's kind of juicy, I'll try to like restream it on my show and not do too much commentary. Just sit back and let it play because Twitter is crazy, and the Twitter crowd actually skews kind of young compared to like the Black manosphere. And so it's like kind of getting a little bit of the future as far as like, what they think and how the vibe is and all that. So that's kind of why I do it. It's just to look at something that I'm not personally into.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that is a good vibe. I've been trying to figure out Twitter. Twitter is still kind of new and kind of weird, and I ain't even following nobody. I just be on there lurking around. I haven't found the pot of gold, so to speak, on Twitter. Where I know you source a lot of your content from Twitter. I haven't found all the spots. You gotta email me the links to some channels or something like that. So I'm gonna start following some stuff on there. But in the building with another super chat, we got who we got here? We got Enigma Evil Sunman says, today we would like to eulogize the Velvet Painting Institute of Black Love. I don't know why he called it a Velvet Painting Institute, but okay.
I remember those. You remember those old school velvet paintings?
Velvet paintings? No.
Oh yeah, that was an old school thing in Black House, man. It'd be, like it kind of shifted into like the more pictures of like, the muscular Black man holding up his woman on his shoulders. But before that, it was just velvet paintings.
Oh, okay. Now I got you. That's what that's what people think about when they talk about Black love. That's why I don't use the term seriously. I'll put it in a title, but normally end up having a critical conversation about it because that's really what the concept of Black love is a very pander, cater to the woman, simpish type of endeavor. That's why I love when Kevin Samuels took over that industry and shook it up and changed it. Well, I mean, so that's another thing I'm shaking my head at, just trying to see where it's going to go, what's going to happen going forward.
I know we winding down, but I really got to get out of here. I'm kind of pressed up against the clock right now. But thanks for having me. This was a hell of a conversation today, man.
Yeah, no doubt. I was just about to wrap it up anyway. But Hoodservative, y'all put his links in the chat one more time while he gets up out of here. Y'all make sure y'all go and subscribe to the brother. But I need to not be on the air when I'm sick. I'm sorry. I apologize if y'all been hearing me make strange noises. But all right. As RM put it right there, the Mumia Obsidian Ali Experience, June 9th through 11th, 2022. Get your tickets. I will be there. Ike will be there. Shining Rose, Theo Waff, and obviously Obsidian will be there in the buildings. And Dennis Sperling will be in the building. So make sure that y'all go to the website, click the link, go check it out. In fact, don't even leave off the video today. Don't just click on another video. Click on that link. That's the door out of here. Click on that link and go and check that out. Also, if you didn't check out my tribute to Kevin Samuels, an 8-minute video edited by RM that you see right there in the chat room, edited by RM. Make sure you go and check that out, and check out her channel too. She got a nice little cute channel over there. So go check out RM as well. And with that said, I think that more or less covers it all. I appreciate each and every one of you for being in the building today, in attendance. And with that said, we are out of here. Peace. We gone.